Man, by the grace of God, we have made it. Outlaw Radio, another episode of Outlaw Radio. It's normally the Hump Day edition episode of Outlaw Radio, but tonight it's the Thanksgiving Eve edition. So happy holidays to you if you choose to participate in that sort of thing and partake. But how y'all doing out there? My name is Kevin Barnes. I am the host of Outlaw Radio, militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, also known in some circles as the world-class smartass. And like I tell people all the time, if you listen to the show, you will soon realize why some people refer to me as a smartass. But happy holidays, man. Welcome to the show. There is a number attached to the show. 262-202-5131. 262-202-5131. You can always get in the chat room. I think the most important thing that you can do at this point is share the show. Share the show. Share the show. Let people know it's on. We weren't on Monday. You know, and whenever I take a night off, people are like, well, I guess Outlaw Radio done. So
God damn.
We're not. We're allowed to take a break sometimes.
Damn, Kev.
It's all good. It's all good. But welcome to the show, man. I got my co-host with me. One of them, I'm sure the Outlaw family will be along as we proceed. But I got the fact checker, E&C Jordan. What it do, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good, man. You be tripping, dog. I said I'll take off for one night. Motherfuckers like Outlaw Radio done. Motherfuckers extreme in this audience.
Black people,
I'm extreme.
We love it. Black people are. We're emotional.
No, I'm extreme. Because remember, I texted you today. I thought you didn't want me on the show no more because I didn't get the fucking link until late. But you sent it, though. I don't know what happened. That was funny.
I don't know. I don't know where you at. That was wild. I'm like, huh? What the fuck is
I was like, Kev, what happened? But I'm like, man, but I know, but you know, dealing with motherfuckers.
I think you was off that Maker's Mark already, and you was like,
no, I wasn't actually.
Yes, I ain't on tonight.
Kevin Barnes, whatever, right. Kevin Barnes. Screw you, Philip.
Kick me out the group. You just showed up before the next show talking about nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
I was just watching that shit. Nights like
oh man, how you doing, man? What's cracking with you?
Man, I'm good, man. I was sick as hell over the past few days, man. I don't know what's going around out here, y'all, but y'all, man, go ahead and be good, man. Go reach out to Kamar and go get you all the herbs and teas and everything you need because this shit is bad. Dude, half my staff was sick, bro.
I can believe it.
Yeah, they really were, and it was no bullshit. You know, sometimes when people call in, you think like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. You think it's a bunch of bullshit. It wasn't, man, because I was sick and I don't never miss work. So, yeah, I was bad. I was real bad. But I'm much better now. I sound a little crazy, but whatever. What up, Capo?
What it do?
What's happening with you, Sean? Sean Moore in the building. Man. What's happening, man? What's going on?
Just trying to maintain, keep my head above water, man. You know, I've been in a sunken place.
Oh, not the sunken place.
It's a different type of sunken. I
was going to say, holy shit.
Not that type of sunken. You know, my man's lost his stepdaughter. Trish lost her daughter over the weekend.
Shit.
And you know, I had a real liking for niece. You know what I mean? And the streets took her out. You know, so I've been dealing with that and with Vinny, right? But I can't complain because I wake up every morning, man. So, you know, just gotta keep on stepping.
Yeah, and that's for people who don't know, that's my family. Condolences to my cousin Patrice. And like you said, there's an incident which I guess I have no details. I just know she was 17, which is just too young to go, right? Especially in that fashion. So prayers up to my cousin Kenya, her sister. For real. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's definitely a downer. And we came off of the weekend, so I hear you. You said sunken place. You had me thinking something else, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But no, man, welcome to the show, man. It's Thanksgiving Eve. We'll have a little conversation here tonight. Yeah.
Well, you know.
So I see Earl in the chat room.
Get it, baby.
He said, "What to do? My brothers love us. Fuck Donald Trump and his friend Orlando." Absolutely.
One shot.
Shot counter.
Lord.
Shot counter. Right.
I'm gonna keep
Also,
track.
this weekend we lost H-Rap Brown, who was and I don't know if you all really do your due diligence on the struggle and those brothers and sisters during a generation that decided that they was really gonna fight the power, and a lot of them paid with their freedom, a lot of them paid with their lives. There are actually political prisoners still incarcerated from that period. H-Rap Brown was one of the original group of the Panthers out of Oakland, California.
81.
Revolutionary brother. He had changed his name. I can't even say his name.
Yeah, me neither.
His new Muslim name. I can get it in a second for y'all. It would be Jamil Abdullah Al-Amin. Okay. And see, I was one of those kids. I was fascinated by the Black Panthers when I was a little kid. My mother put me on it. She put me on it. Like, let me show you how we got down in the 60s. And she put me on it, from Huey P. Newton, H-Rap Brown, Bobby Seals, Bobby Hutton. Like, I grew up reading all these books. As a little kid, I was reading these books, and H-Rap was one of them. And if you, like, I hate to give history lessons because sometimes people are like, I didn't sign up for this, but there's the Southern Leadership Christian Conference with Martin Luther King and his people. Then there's SNCC, which is the Student Nonviolent Christian Coordinating Committee. But the students rebelled. The youngsters basically went against H-Rap, Stokely Carmichael, all these young brothers who have been doing the nonviolent stuff and marching along, and they just got fed up and said no more. And so that it happened at the same time as the explosion of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense in Oakland, California. So naturally, he became a member of that and went through a lot of stuff. I don't think people really realized that back then COINTELPRO was so real. Like, they're literally coming to get you, shooting up where you live, framing you, beating you, raiding your headquarters for no apparent reason. It was real, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, so these brothers and sisters sacrificed so much, man. Somebody like him and Stokely, and a lot of these brothers have passed on. Geronimo Pratt, Matula Shakur.
Damn.
All these unsung heroes. Hell, Tupac's mom was a Panther who was up in the business with that during that time. So if you ain't never really studied the lineage of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense that came out of Oakland, California, you really need to do it. You look into everything else. This is something absolutely crucial. You need to know about their breakfast program. You need to know about their medical programs. You need to know about, was it 13 points? The agenda that they have written out, the manifesto. You just got to do your research.
They had a 10-point program.
10 point. I said 13. I'm sorry, Sean. You're right. Thank you. 10 point.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting me. But yeah, rest in peace, man. 82. I can't complain. You can't complain, right? You know, was in jail actually because he allegedly murdered some law enforcement officers.
Okay.
You know, because later in life he had relocated to Atlanta and had like a store, and they were really trying to command a real Black economic development plan and invest in Black business. So there was an area in Atlanta where he and Black people were doing business. But so I alleged, and he was older. Some law enforcement officers came in the store or whatever, and they said they had a warrant for him, and gunfire erupted. Some people ended up dead. So he was actually was detained when he passed. So rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him. If you lost anybody over this weekend, and I know a lot of people did, all you got to do is look at the news. Prayers and condolences, man. It's been a very violent year in the city of Milwaukee.
Yes.
And those who we look to for answers have yet answered. Those who we look to for solutions have yet to conceptualize. And this is why people are so critical of the quote unquote powers that be, because we do live in a situation where it's perilous, it's dangerous. And I feel like the people in Milwaukee and the people in general, common folk, the people that really make up the fabric of society, deserve better. I really do. I feel like it's a shame that we live in this community, and it can be such a beautiful place at times, and we go and we work and we do our best to take steps forward, and then there's just crazy behavior that seems at this point that Nobody has answers for. Everybody wants a raise. Everybody wants a pay increase. They want a better labor agreement. But nobody wants to do their job. Nobody wants to be effective at their job. Go ahead, my brother.
I was going to say, to add context to what you're saying so everybody can kind of really see where you're going with this. We have 131 homicides in 2025 thus far, and that is 8 more than last year to this day. So you talking about the raises and everything, that's absolutely fucking ludicrous. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they're telling us that there's a decrease in crime, so they've done well. Well, I keep saying homicide to me is the biggest one.
Yes, it is. Fucking morons.
You know, that along with an opioid epidemic that still exists, and then we have this crazy reckless driving kind of scenario going on. No solutions from our leadership. So you know, we just hope for the best. We pray for the best, man.
Milwaukee homicides are the 4th most in the nation per capita, apparently.
Per capita. We know we got to understand what per capita is.
Yeah, man.
People need to know what per capita means. That means based on the size of your population. In terms of how many out of so many are murdered. That's what per capita. It's a breakdown of how 131 homicides in a city of 500-something thousand. They say, how's that highs in the 4 5s in the nation? Well, because based on the size of our population, the ratio of people who are murdered, I think it's 1 in 100, I believe.
It's something like that. But the thing is, though, you probably remember hearing this too, Kev. When we were younger, remember, people would always say, man, if we were the size of Chicago, we would triple their homicide rate. Like, I remember a law enforcement person actually told me that as a kid, because niggas in Milwaukee like to shoot people. And apparently other people do too, you know.
Well, in general, when you start talking per capita, I mean, if you were to increase the size of the population, absolutely, that number goes up. But that's why Chicago has, because I think there's 2 million people in Chicago, and they probably have 300 or 400, if not more, homicides. You know what I mean? So, people need to understand that. Earl says condolences to you and your family.
Yeah.
You and your family, bro. Yeah, my heart goes out to Cuz, man, because last thing you want to do is lose your. Who wants to bury their child? Good Lord, that is horrific.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Most parents would say, "Take me, don't take my child, take me." You know what I mean?
Homicides dropped to Chicago 33%.
Okay, but what was the number?
The number is 278.
Okay, so see what I'm saying? You're
absolutely right.
2 times our population, so that number goes from 100 to 200.
Hold on. I'm gonna look at the population of Chicago. I forgot it.
Got to be 2 million.
I think it's like 2 or 3 million people, though.
Right, it is. It's somewhere in that ballpark. I don't know what's up with Capo. You got to come out that basement, bro.
2.7.
Almost 3. We round up. We got 3.
Shit.
All right. A lot of people in Chicago.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Well, you got New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. Those are the big dogs. That's the big 3. You know what I'm saying? Those are your largest, most populated cities. So, but tonight the show is, I like just thinking and a lot of things that I see in the media. And I said, I want to do the show. I want to do a show called Man to Man. Because I'm looking at statistics, right? And there's discussions about masculinity and, who has what and who gets chosen and who doesn't and who's lonely and all this kind of stuff. And I'm saying, let's take a critical look at men. I don't know what's up with Sean Signal. He cannot blame it on me. He has dropped like 6 times.
Yeah, he's doing a real life disappearing act. Start calling Wesley Snipes.
I don't know what he is doing. He's switching devices. We're talking about let's take a critical look at black men. You say, what's up with us?
Me up.
I'm not, just not me. Are you really going to blame me?
StreamYard. I said StreamYard. They sent me a message to it might be on their end.
Oh, I thought you said me.
No,
Oh, shit. I was going to say, you blaming me? I ain't touching nothing. That did it again.
Oh,
I don't know why it's doing it.
You might have to call in.
Or he might have to just, I don't know. I don't know what you do in that case if they say it might be on their end. How's he logging in? I don't know how he's logging in.
They're just booting him out probably or some shit like that.
It shouldn't be. StreamYard shouldn't be doing that. That's not You logged in. You logged in. I don't know why
I can't even bring it up on my computer.
What are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone now.
Oh, the phone be giving me all kind of problems. Yeah, go to your computer, bro.
Well, what you need is Chrome. Do you have Chrome? You have Google Chrome? Google Chrome is the best way to do it. Like, that's the best way to hold on. Let me get this. Let me see.
The phone won't work. That's why I stopped using the phone. I'm always on the computer.
Sean, do you have Google Chrome on your computer?
No, I'm not on Chrome.
Yeah, that's the best way. It tells you that Chrome is the most ideal way to do it. I don't know if that's just a compatibility thing, but it says, yeah, that's the best way to do it. So
I stopped using my phone.
So anyways, like I was saying, I want to have this crucial conversation about us a little bit because I think there's some misnomers about black men. And I think there's some misunderstanding about us, especially when we start to talk about some statistical norms. I want to start with the fatherhood thing first. The fatherhood thing is such a skewed statistic, right? Because what they do is they paint a portrait of us not raising our children, being irresponsible. Shout out to my boy Aaron Brown. He had taken a clip off TikTok of me talking about, if you don't take care of your kids, you are a bitch to me.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a real good action.
Which let's. I said that, but I don't want to Mike Epps myself, and we'll talk about Mike Epps in a minute. But I wasn't trying to make a statement that was insensitive to the plight that a lot of brothers go through, or that are brothers that are going through with their children, because I understand sometimes that relationship between you and the mom is just so dysfunctional. And let's be honest, women can be really, really heinous. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. So you get a lot of women who will absolutely positively do whatever they can to prevent that father from being involved in the child's life. And sometimes it's not for the betterment of the child. Sometimes they say, well, I don't want, because of how he lives or the people he's around, I don't want my kid there. Sometimes it's not even that. It's just that she don't like him. For she don't like the father. She's hurt, or whatever happened between them. It kind of goes down. It comes down on the head of the children. So I understand that. My point was, to brothers, if you are in this situation, please, please, please go to the courthouse. I mean, you might have to take some time off work. It may even be a little inconvenient for you, but it's worth every minute when we talk about your relationship with your children. You have to make an effort. You have to say, I'm doing everything I can. Now, if she does the dummy and just totally, then there's nothing you could do about it. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe there's a lot of dudes who could be taking care of their children. There are a lot of brothers who should be doing more for their child, and they don't. They refuse to. They lose. Their priorities are fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I don't care if I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I mean, we are talking about your seed. So that's why I made that statement. But the reality is black men statistically are more involved with their children than most races.
Of course.
As a matter of fact, 58% of all black children, 58% of all black fathers live with at least one of their children. 58%. That's damn near 60%, which I believe is a majority. It should be more, but it totally disrupts the illusion that we don't take care of our children. Okay? I think there's 48% of homes with children who just don't have a father interaction at all, which is still high. But let's focus on that 56%, because that means damn near 6 out of 10 fathers are doing what they need to do, having some involvement with their children. And by the way, we just seen this study that came out now that says in most large cities, single women aged 30 to 39 outnumber the men.
I saw that on the People's News Network.
You see that? So men are outnumbered. It's more single women than there are single men. And it's mostly from age, what they say, 30 to 49?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a generation, ain't it? That's a generation or two, right?
It's women out here, clearly.
Well, but I'm saying, what's up with this generation? 30 to 49. Those are 39 to 30 to 49. Those are Gen Xers. That's our generation.
True.
So what does it say about the women of our generation? Or what does it say about the brothers of our generation?
Says a lot.
Why is there so many available women? Is it because all men are in fact bad, like they say?
You about to open some shit up because I done texted like 30 people of the female dynamic about the show right now. I'm just
asking. I'd like to know because I look, and I don't say a lot, but I look on Facebook all the time and I see women talking about why they're single. I see brothers talking about why they're single. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and I'd really like to know what's behind this. How can we be in a situation where we have way more single women than we have single men?
True.
Okay. Well, and that's something that can be an ongoing kind of theme of the show tonight. If you have answers or if you have an opinion as to why it's so many single women. Lesbianism aside. And did they count them?
Scissoring aside.
Well, hold on, like I'm just saying, so if you're a lesbian, does that count as a single woman? Because technically you don't have a man.
Nigga, no.
I don't know. Somebody help me out with that statistic.
Oh my God. Oh man,
it could be skewed.
Started out hilarious. I love it.
It could be skewed. You never know, right? Like, so
that's true.
But so I want to just kind of defuse all of the myths about black men, right? Because a lot of times we get the blame on our side. Now, yes, there's a situation where mass incarceration kind of decimated our population.
Yeah.
But statistically, since the year 2000, us being incarcerated has fallen by half. So that means brothers ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe no more.
Hell no.
So now, does that mean that there's still no discrepancies within our so-called justice system? Absolutely not. We are still convicted, I think, 5 times. We are incarcerated at 5 times the rate of them.
Yep.
And a lot of times for the same types of charges. But so there's a disproportionate conviction rate. There's some socioeconomic factors when it comes to our survival, what our likelihood of being murdered within the community is for a black man. I believe it's higher than a sister. So we face some generational kind of curves, but it's a lot of, if there's a lot of single women, to me, that means there's a lot of single men too. Because they ain't claiming that they got a woman. They trying to do every woman. A lot of men are saying, I'm done with the idea. Like, you never heard so many people trying to even approach the concept of poly right now. You know, there's a lot. That's a thing right now. Where brothers is like, yo, I need 3 wives.
Yes, it is.
We a happy family. Brenda Peterson said, hey, how you doing, Brenda? She said, laughing her ass off. She said, no, Kev, I think if a woman got a woman, they are not, but they are not single. But she said, I ain't no expert. I'm not either. But she technically doesn't have a man, right?
So funny.
So in a lesbian relationship, it's 2 single women because neither one of them have a man. I don't know if that's how it's, I don't know. Maybe that's what's making the percentage so high. I'm just saying.
Nigga, no, they a relationship. They just 2 women. They scissoring.
Okay, so we're not taking man for its literal meaning. So it's not as if you're in a relationship, it's if you have a man.
Oh man,
I'm saying a heterosexual, what they call a cisgender man. Or if not, show me the
cisgender. What the hell is that?
Huh?
What the hell is cisgender? What are you talking about?
That's what they call us. I don't know what it means. What? It's like I wasn't up on the pronouns until it was too late and shit, and they became.
So I gotta look that up. Cisgender.
Yeah. It's a straight heterosexual man.
That
I mean,
sound weird.
Capo, are you good? I don't want you to have to just sit there and watch the show. What's popping? You can't hear me. The audio's down. What's going on? I can't even unmute his mic. You good, man? What's happening? He can't hear me.
Denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex registered for them at birth. Oh my God. That's a funny way to saying you were born a certain way.
Right. So if you're born with testicles, you're cisgender.
Oh,
I don't know why they just won't say a man. I don't know. Ewok in the chat room, he said, "What up, homies? I'm late. What I missed? Nothing much, Ewok. We are just, the show is man to man. I wanted to talk with the brothers about us.
He done missed a lot. He missed you talking about the scissoring and all kind of shit. Don't lie to him. He missed it. You got to tune right in.
Look, we looked at a statistic that stated that single women in most cases in large urban areas between the ages of 30 to 49, I believe, outnumbers the men. It's way more. Why are there so many single women? Because all the men ain't, what we just said, 48% of them ain't with their kids. We've been doing statistics on the show, right? So somebody's available. Then I look on Facebook, the great Facebook, the oracle of knowledge that has become Facebook.
Oracle of knowledge.
And I see so many women, they're making cases on why they don't have a man. Apparently, there are women out here who men absolutely have no idea how to approach. The majority of the men, or I would say in some cases, all of the men these women meet are inept bums. They are completely flawed, not worthy of what they like to term as their energy. Things like that. And I look sometimes and I say, have you... Now, people going to say, Kev, for a person who doesn't follow Kevin Samuels, you sound very Kevin Samuels-ish right now. I'm not trying to go down that road. I'm just saying maybe some of you have placed yourself on a pedestal just a little bit too high.
Oh.
You know, there's a difference between aspirations and fantasies.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's okay to dream.
All right, Kev.
A lot of people don't know a fantasy is just that. It's something that you think about doing, but the likelihood of it ever happening is very small.
This nigga finna get killed in the comments.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I'm a big boy. I'm asking questions, looking for answers.
You don't want me to even chime into this, right? Because you one of the blessed ones, and I know it's a work or whatever. You know you got a beautiful family and shit, and I know it's not easy, right? Whatever. We know that. Without saying, so you kind of hit the lottery in a lot of ways, brother. But the thing is, though, these motherfuckers, bro, they so unrealistic. A lot of them, dog. The shit is wild, bro.
I am in no way trying to downplay the blessing of having a family and having
I know you know.
But I am saying it is not really about me hitting the lottery. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Okay. This wasn't a scratch-off ticket.
I ain't having Mrs. Barnes shoot at me, man.
Well, no,
listen.
you
said it, Negro.
well, hold on. Like, so check this out. So you're saying,
for sure.
And you said you hit the lottery. So that means like I got lucky and just happened.
I see what you're saying. No. You didn't.
It was myself and her making conscious decisions and choosing to explore the endeavor.
That's what Ice Cube said about his wife too. Okay.
Yeah, but you got to know what's your type. You should be looking for sensible things in your relationship.
That makes sense.
Like,
I like that.
I wasn't going to hold out for something that was a fantasy. I didn't want to marry my fantasy woman.
Got you.
Because your fantasy can be all kinds of perverted. And it might not even be good for you in some cases, like to just live your fantasy, right? I wanted somebody who I could relate to, who was real, who had some qualities that I valued and I cherished. And it's nothing wrong for looking for that, but I didn't have these astronomical expectations as if I was some kind of extraterrestrial god-like sentient. Like when I was listening to some of these women talk, you think they were like built in the stars. I guess some of them will say they were, But it's like, and then you look at their record or some of their behavior, you say, that's not that.
Nope, not
That's
at all.
not that. That's where that conversation about having all them cheering, but you want bossa nova, you want you want to be Beyonce.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you got 5 kids by 6 dudes. I don't know how that works. I don't either. I don't know how that works. I
like it though.
I mean, it sounded cool. Yeah, man. Shout out to Beauty Wallington. She states, well, men shouldn't have earrings. Shouldn't have earrings in their ear. Shows ownership to someone. I absolutely don't know where that came from.
She going old school with it. I kind of know what she's talking about.
But that's more like a penitentiary thing, ain't it?
Yeah, that is like the pants saying. I think that's where she's going with it.
Yeah,
Beauty is deep as the ocean, though. I'm telling you, she really is. She be saying some shit I'll be having to look up later.
Yeah, I don't have to look that one up. I don't think I do. I am going to be confident when I say I had my ear pierced for a very long time. At one point I chose to stop wearing the earring, but I can tell you, nobody owned anything. I wore it because I thought it looked cool. It was the 90s. Now I know brothers who got both ears pierced. I don't know who owns them.
I always thought that was gay. But it says the earring is a piece of jewelry, obviously worn in the ear, but it symbolizes social status, identity, or spiritual beliefs. So that must be a prison thing. Sorry, Beauty, I tried.
No, but look, in order to get my ear pierced when I was a jit, I had to go through this with my pops. My pops was old school. He kept telling me, if you can tell me why people are doing it, I'll let you get your ear pierced. Because I started early, like 12, like, can I? No. 13, no. 14, no. Finally, I talked him into it one night, and I think he thought, what I said, if I let mama do it, he said, go ahead. He probably didn't think she was going to do it. She did. My mother pierced my ear. So, but he said, I want you to tell me what that stands for. So I went and did research, like you said. I seen there was African traditions. There's ancient people who had, in some cultures where soldiers wore them kind of like as marks of like valor and stuff like that. So I think I threw together some shit. I just wanted it because it looked cool. It wasn't nothing tribal or nothing.
Women liked it too. Women really liked it.
There are some women who do. There's some. Now the nose, I'm a little, you understand me? I don't. When I see a brother with an earring in his nose, I'm always like, yo, I don't know. That's kind of borderline. The tongue piercing, I'm really like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, we know why you got that, dog. We know why you got it. It's cool. You're over there with it. Capo back, disappearing act. What up?
Right. Well, he gonna get it right. He gonna figure he got it.
That's the angle where he always got it right. Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, because the cord is hanging in front of the thing. He got a CB over there. He gonna be like Breaker 19. This is Capo. Come back.
Did this motherfucker just say he got a fucking CB? You stupid.
Capo,
he said, "No, I got a CB." Breaker.
The hazard over there. What's your handle and shit?
I can tell you done known this nigga forever. That's
it's Little Smokey. Come back.
That's so he doing the show from a walkie-talkie.
Beauty says, she said in slavery, that's how they knew who was on their plantation.
Yeah, I told you she's smart as a motherfucker.
I've never heard that. So don't crown her. Let's figure out if it's some validity. Like, come on now.
All right. That's what I'm saying. The social status, the identity.
You the fact checker. You shouldn't. You the fact checker, Ian. You are the one who should be able to hit people over their head. Like, actually, that's not true.
That sound right though, but I guarantee
it may be.
She got that right. Hold up.
Maybe, I don't know. Chris Polanco, how you doing? He said, like, grabbing the pockets. Yeah, that's some jailhouse shit.
What up, nephew?
Grab my pocket and walk with me. You're gonna have to jug me, man. Let me not say that. You're going to have to stab me with a shank. As you get to talking about stab, you be like, that's all I'm trying to do.
Hold on. My observation for Beauty is 1,000% accurate, even without looking. During periods of slavery, earrings held different significances. They were sometimes a sign of ownership, a status symbol, or wealth for the enslavers. And some enslaved people, they became a symbol of identity or resilience.
It's not right, but it's not wrong.
Oh yeah. I'm saying she's in the ballpark,
she's spoken absolutes. She's saying in 2025, your ass still shouldn't wear earring because a slave owner might own you.
Beauty is just a gangster. She's like, look, she'd probably be an excellent wife too, because
Hey, Beauty, make your check out to ENC Jordan, right? Like he said you'd be an excellent wife. Y'all got to talk about that off the show. That'd be one less single woman, right? She said nipple piercing. Yeah, I'm not really. Said, who is that guy? I thought he was in church. Who you talking about?
You talking about me, I think.
You was in church. Y'all went to church together? I didn't know that.
I'm about to say, she called me, remember on 3 weeks ago, she was like, a drunk ain't shit. That's me. Beauty's me.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
I'm sober,
okay.
Beauty.
Okay. She was handing you business when you was on her.
I told you, I didn't got slapped up in the comments.
Yeah, you was slapped in real life though. Let's be honest.
Man, Maker's Mark, that 90 fucking proof. Hell no, I'll never do that shit again. That was
no,
wild work.
No, don't do it. No. Capo, are you straight or because you've been looking at the screen going in and out? Like I don't know. People are dizzy trying to watch the show because you like
whatever, man.
I go to his page and watch it. His shit be moving like this.
But it's going in and out. You got the flashity flash.
That's what she said.
All right. Oh Lord, have mercy. But no. So okay, but I want to get back to that. Now, earrings. Okay, if a woman says I won't date a man with an earring, okay,
right,
that's one. So you're single because somebody has an earring.
You being so kind right now.
I mean, that's really petty.
It's usually a financial thing.
Is it? See, Ian, those are the answers that I'm looking for. If women from 30 to 49 are single at such a rate that it outnumbers the men.
You want me to give you a breakdown from my experience over the past couple of years? Because I really can.
You are a single man, correct?
Yes, sir. So
Let's go.
Let me break this shit down to you, dog. I was on I think it was Hinge, and I met a couple of nice women or whatever. I dated a couple times or whatever. But the thing is, though, dog, like I was talking to this one chick, and she had said something like, any meeting I have, I will do coffee. It don't matter what it is, if it's business or if I'm about to hire somebody, we always go to a coffee shop. So me, in my mind, I'm almost 50 years old. I'm not thinking nothing of it. This badass chick, dog, badass chick. I'm talking to her or whatever. I'm thinking she gonna be cool. She was Somalian, whatever. She told me straight up, she was like, I don't do coffee dates. We're gonna have to do dinner or better. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what? Why don't you do coffee dates? She was like, because if you're doing coffee, then what you gonna do down the line? I was like, I go to coffee for anything. So she was just like, no, that says broke vibes. I said, okay, it was good luck to you on this site. She's not the only one, and it wasn't just no black chicks or whatever or no white. It's a lot of them like that. And the ones that I actually did end up going to coffee with, a couple that I did ended up being real cool women. So yeah, it's a money thing, because when you do shit like that, Kev, that speaks broke vibes to some women. Or me, because I do fitness, I invite women to the gym, or I invite women hiking. You can get a woman to go hiking with you. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's an activity, and that's something you can do, and you can get to know somebody like that. But in regard to this, just, people want to go to dinner, they want to go to the steakhouse. That is what's going on. A lot of these women trying to get a free meal, Kev, because if you recall, you just let's look at black women, right? You got black women, the most educated. Keep in mind, black women, they get attacked so much, but part of the reason black women get attacked so much is because they're the most educated population in the United States by every statistical metric. Money, everything. They make more money and all that good shit, right? So I know a lot of brothers that won't approach certain sisters because they be like, man, she out my league. It's a respect thing. So that's part of it. But the other part of it is you got some women that's not on that level, because I noticed that quite a few of the black chicks I talked to be quite frank, they was cool and they wasn't tripping on no money because they made their own money. You know what I'm saying? So they really wasn't, they was educated. Not saying if you're not educated, I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying it was a lot easier for me personally. But as far as in regard to like women, some women that aren't on that level or are not as educated, it goes astray, man. They trying to get with you about your money and all that kind of stuff. They be wanting to go to dinners. And a lot of women I've talked to or met recently that they not really like that or whatever, so I don't know what happened in the future, but that's really what's going on, Kev. It's wild. Or if you're not a certain height, like I'm 6'2" with shoes. If you're not a certain height, they don't like it. If your teeth ain't perfect, if you not driving, a certain car, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. And it's funny because somebody just texted me. I'm gonna say one thing, my fault. I gotta add this. a person who will remain nameless, a friend of mine, awesome person. She said by hiking on the first time meeting, that's scary for a girl who doesn't know you at all, which is true because I had my niece tell me that too. My niece said, she was like, they might not want to do that. That in their defense, I can understand. I'm like, that's scary.
You're kind of weird if you ask to go hiking on the first date.
Oh my God. Now I'm weird. See, I didn't know I was being weird, but that's a fair point. I thought about it.
Hey,
I thought about it like,
what's your name? You want to go hiking? Yeah, I want to go off into the woods with a man I don't know.
See, our trails here in AZ, they open. It's usually a lot of people. That's the only reason. That's how come I didn't think none of it. But man, I do combat sports. Sometimes I'll be forgetting, man. I'll be getting it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Women are different. I got daughters. I should know better. Like, she ain't gonna be able to defend herself with me if I decide to throw her over the edge. I see where you coming from with that.
Yeah, I'm not going hiking. But I'm not a coffee guy either. But I think the idea of sitting down to be able to have somewhat of an intimate conversation, meaning the setting. I'm not going to take you out and spend $600 on a meal, and I'm still trying to figure out who you are. I'm going to take you for a beverage, right? Exactly. Let's get you a Loca Maca latte or whatever the fuck they be drinking.
Can I add one more thing? One more thing. Remember, you got this red pill bitches ain't shit culture too. That's ridiculous. I hate these these dudes, these red pill dudes that be acting like victims. How the hell are you an alpha male and all this and fuck her? And I mean, I was watching Andrew Tate. This dude, he was a pro fighter. I know you don't fuck with a lot of this shit, but he was a fighter, right? He was a kickboxing champion. But MAGA dude, whatever, Trump fucking did some shit and got him bailed out of jail or whatever, right? So the thing is, bro, like they be like, oh man, they be playing all these games. If she gives you her number, don't call her right back. You treat her, put her where she's supposed to be at, put her in that box. Treat her like she ain't shit because she ain't shit. Make her chase you. I'd be like, man, y'all some simps, dog. I don't know, man. That's one thing I want to ask before you got to the chat room because I know you was about to go to the chat room.
I am about to go to the chat room. Beauty says some guys are particular about their hair and nails. To what degree? I don't think it's wrong for a man to want his appearance to be on point. No, and there are a lot of women who pay attention to men's hands and hair, and they will say, girl, he had dirt under his nails. That's a deal breaker.
Yep.
Right? Like, so, but if you are overly concerned, like I'm like, dog, my car is broke down. Can you come give me a boost? Oh, I got to go get my nails done. What? You might be a homosexual.
Ain't no might.
She said men have a no nonsense attitude. I think a lot of men like to have fun. A woman that's fun, a woman that you can laugh with, that you can chill out and tell a good joke with,
yes,
is what most men want. They don't want the uptight, sit your ass down. And women don't want that either. You don't want no man with his boot up your ass every day.
No.
So I mean, when you say no nonsense on, when I see certain things, what they call them red flags, I'm gonna say, nah, you know what? I can't do that. That's understandable. You have to have boundaries. You have to have some boundaries. I'm not telling people to go out here and get with whoever and whatever, but I'm saying I think sometimes the energy you put off prevents you from attracting people.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's 1,000% right.
Your attitude. If you lack humility, first of all, that's very unsexy. If you are, it's okay to have, self-confidence and self-esteem. But if you are just the absolute shit and you're better than everybody at everything, you might need to be by yourself. What they say, those who sweat themselves, find themselves by themselves. I don't know.
So true.
Now help me out with this name again, because I believe this is your people.
That's Isis. That's my niece.
Okay. Because I do not. That is, last time she explained that it was some sort of indigenous name.
It is. She's native and black.
Okay. Good Lord. I don't want
to. I know. It's hard to say that too. I can't say it, and I know.
I'm gonna say Akasha. She said. She said. I'm saying the last one. The last one is Akasha, right?
Yeah. You better than me. I can't say none of that shit.
I'm not even gonna try to do that first one.
No, absolutely.
She said maybe it's the women you're picking. I think the selection is, and so that's a good statement. But I hear a lot of women say, "But that's why I'm single, because the pool is so bad. That's why I'm single, because there's nothing else out here." And I'm like, so everybody in this world is bad except you. you're the jewel. Like women say, I'm the catch, I'm the prize. I'm sure you are to somebody.
Yeah.
But there's
Or
a
you
lot
will
of
be to
people
somebody.
who, right, but it's not absolute. Not everybody's moving out your way when you walk through the crowd. Some people don't give a shit about you. Like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to overgeneralize things, because I think people really have some serious concerns about, navigating relationships.
Yeah, they're difficult at times.
And for what people say, it sucks to date right now. Right. But I think in some cases, people are robbing themselves of enjoying things because of their pretenses.
Yes.
Because you're going into it with these, just relax. You know what I'm saying? Take a deep breath. Yeah. And, if somebody's not trying to take some from you or physically accost you, it's like, all right, cool. This just ain't what I want. But it can't always be that other person. I've never met a person who's so perfect that everybody, including myself, that everybody else is wrong. You are the rightest person on earth. And like I say, I look on social media and I read some comments that sisters make sometimes, and I'm like, that's not even realistic what you're saying.
No, not at all.
I see some sisters like, I can't have a man. I've heard some celebrities say this. I can't have a man if he can't travel. He got to have enough money to travel, because I travel and I'm moving. Yeah. Okay. Well, some of us, I'm a brother who does not like to travel.
Me neither. I'm not into that.
Could I afford it if I wanted to? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm saying,
I know what you're saying,
but I'm a brother who don't have desires to do that. So I'm also married, but I'm saying, I'm using myself as an example of, there are men who are upwardly mobile who don't want to be on a plane or in a hotel all the time. Some of them want to build a strong home and have a good time at home. You can go somewhere sometimes, but let's make home the most comfortable place on earth.
See, the thing what you just said is, you got what I call, you have very foundational logic. You sound like my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? But that's right. And there's so many women now, especially now, if you were dating, God forbid you ended up single, or anything like that. Unfortunately, a lot of women, and I've said this, I got into it with a few. There was a couple women I liked before in the past, and they traveled. They were late on their bills a lot. They traveled 8 to 9 months out of the year, because they were like, oh, I'm trying to enjoy life or whatever. I'm like, why are you trying to enjoy life when your mortgage is late? I was talking to a chick, dog. She was a nurse. She worked overtime. And this is, for me, somebody to do payroll and look over stuff. When you use overtime as income, you are a moron. Anyone that does that, because that's not your income, because your company could put you right back to your normal salary. So why are you doing that? So she made $86,000 with OT. Her outgo per year was $110,000. But she traveled everywhere. She put everything on credit cards, and she always had the flyest shit. And she had 2 freaking homes. That is wild to me, dog. And that's not one or two. There's a lot of women like that. A lot.
So it sounds like she was enjoying her life. She was living it up. Like she
was stressed out like a mother.
Okay. I didn't know if it's stressing you. Now, see, that becomes the problem. Because if it's stressing you, then it's a burden. So it's not, bro, it's not exactly. Right. So I'm listen. I'm saying, if I were, and like you said, God forbid this would happen if I ended up.
Yeah. Seriously.
I can tell you right now, I am one of the most boring people. Women would say, girl, he don't want to do shit.
Fuck him.
We'll go out to eat. We might go here and there sometimes, but I'm not in the club. I don't want to go to New Orleans and
I don't want to go to Cancun.
I don't want to go to Cancun. I don't want to get on a cruise.
I don't want none of that shit.
Ride horses on the beach in Jamaica. I don't want to go to Africa. I don't want to go to Italy.
No.
You know what I would believe in? What I believe in is, and this is one of my goals that I have, I want to make where I live the funnest place on earth. So I will have a good time being at home. Like, I love it here. There's, there's no need for me to leave. So I'm boring. But that's fine. That's fine. You know, but you so then that means if I met some woman and she said, well, I like to travel, could tell her off top, we're not a good match because I don't enjoy that. That's not something I'm interested in.
If she could sell it, maybe. You know, like if she can make it like something I would want to do, because I'm open-minded. Like me, my main goals, and I've said this before, and I don't say it a lot, but I mean, obviously we on the show right now. Every business I'm associated with, by 2030, dude, I want to be a $1 million business at least. Everything I'm doing, as far as in the mental health field, as far as what we're doing, I want every business I'm associated with to do that. We just got to figure out how. But far as what I'm doing in mental health, that's great. My cleaning business, it's okay. I got 2 clients. I'm going to keep accelerating with that. I'm buying some leads next week. But that's my passion. Because see, my thing is my ideal woman, and my daughters both have told me this, will probably be a woman that was an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Because I've met other women and we don't see things. They'd be like, well, you know, let's kick it and let's hang out. And it's not a knock, but sometimes when I'm hanging out, me hanging out is at the fight gym. You know what I'm saying? Me hanging out is doing my physical activities, or, you know what I'm saying, chilling and having a couple drinks.
So that's okay. So like in that, when I said I'm boring, it's because I'm going to do the things that I enjoy. I like to go to the gun range. If that's not something she wants to do.
You enjoying your life though,
right?
Bro.
I'm in the summer, the weather's good. I want to take some of my RCs out and just rip. And I understand some people say, why do you do that? I don't understand it. I like to do my show. You know what I mean? But it's important that you find what they call compatibility, and you don't try to force a square into a circle. I know she like to travel and I don't, but I'm going to do it for her. Eventually it's going to be a problem because you're going to ruin the trip for her. And you're going to start looking at the money like, this why your ass broke now. I'm finna save my bread.
Yeah.
Earl Henning is in the chat room. He said, who said pussy costs more than dick?
Oh, this nigga.
I don't know. I don't know who indicated that. I think if you listen to a lot of pop culture, and especially now with hip hop, there is this kind of suggestion that you should be paying to play. And when you said financial, I wanted to get to that financial conversation, but let me get the chat room because I don't want to get behind.
That's a good one.
Beauty said you on a dating site, so that's I was gonna say that too. Beauty, like, yeah, I'm not really and I'm old. I'm like the person, the face-to-face interaction is everything to me. Dion in the chat room, he said, okay, Kev, I think he meant here tonight. This is Karen May. Shout out to Karen May for tuning in.
What's up, Karen? Hey.
She said, see, question marks. I want to see what she's questioning. Dion said, he asked for that cat on the first date. I'm sure that works out for you, Dion. I'm sure you have a high win percentage, right?
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes you can have a high win percentage. I hate to say you might be having a good couple months.
Right. It was a good day.
I ain't gonna go there, but
right?
I got friends in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, Karen May. Please share the show. Beauty said, she said some men are soul searching for the woman they had before.
Yeah, that they fucked up.
Okay, yeah, because we're in some shape, form, or fashion, we're all kind of jaded by our experiences, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you have a history of dysfunctional relationships and disappointment, I mean, this can go all the way back to your childhood. We talk about mommy issues and daddy issues. That happens on both sides. Yeah. I mean, if you've been burnt, right? They say hurt people, right? Yes. And that's why those conversations in the early stages of meeting someone have to be so really critical and deep. Like, I think one of the things when I was single, which has been so long that I can't remember it, but I think that one of the main things, what I would always lead with is, tell me about your family. Very simple. Tell me about your family, where you grow up at, where you from, who your people. That is an introduction into now she just all outright lies. I think that'll show. You should be able to see through that. But in some cases, you get that warning up front where she said, well, I didn't really know my dad. My mom didn't raise me. You know, she'll run down this story, and in your mind, you should be taking a tally saying, oh shit, dysfunction ahead. I mean, there's some problems here. Right? I'm not faulting her for it. I'm saying this is some shit in the road, right? Like, I didn't really know my daddy. My mom didn't raise me.
This is so funny.
And they're not red flags, but they're indicators that there's going to be, unless she's just a very well-developed person. Maybe sometimes she can say, my grandmother raised me, but she did such a great job. I don't know where I would be without my grandmother. But you best believe she still has certain things floating around up there about her dad not ever being around.
Yes.
You know, and I can tell you, if a woman was raised not in the presence of a man, when she's with a man as a grown woman, it's going to be a problem. Okay? Because she don't really know what or how this should be done. So she'll tell him, a real man would. How would you know? You know, same thing with and men. Once again, men can have mommy issues too.
Yes.
You know, so sisters, ask these men about their mama. Because sometimes if you was an extreme mama's boy, that's bad too. Dysfunction ahead. Here we go. You know, some people's mothers are the worst thing for your relationship.
Hell yeah.
That's why so many men be like, I hate my mother-in-law. I can't ever say that. My mother-in-law was absolutely golden. She's one of the greatest people I ever met in my life.
Oh, that's
yeah, no, I could never say that. I could never say that. But I have brothers who say, man, I hate my mother-in-law, bro. Like, what's his name?
I hate that.
Look at Candy Bird's husband, Todd, right now. I bet you he could tell you a thing or two about his mother-in-law.
I saw that come up in Black Essence or whatever. I was like, damn. I was
used to see it on the show. You used to see her talking like she's the shit on him on the show. You'd be like, that's cold-blooded. Like,
cold-blooded.
Right, get your mama, girl. Get your mama. Dion said, I love women with a good attitude. What okay. They give you the cat on the first date, like you said?
Oh shit, you finna go.
I don't know.
You finna be fucking with that nigga D.
She's saying that's exactly what women want. I'm hoping she's talking about, like, because I said so many things. I don't know. And this is what happens when I get behind the chat room. That's why I encourage people 262-202-5131. Call the show, please. It's Outlaw Radio, man to man.
I still like a fat booty.
Right. This is Dion.
God
right?
damn, Dion.
You can tell when he ain't with his girl. You can tell when he ain't
He's
with his
wilding
girl.
out right now.
He's wilding out now, right?
I'll be following him on Facebook now. I'll be seeing all the cars in the driveway. I'll be
yeah,
like,
he said they all mine.
They all mine.
Okay, so she said it's Dega La Naguen Lace. She said, y'all gonna learn Oneida today.
My niece is crazy as hell.
Now I'm looking at the spelling. Dega La Naguen Lace. That does not look like that's what it says.
I know, but that's how it's pronounced. And I was gonna say too, man, a shout out to her and Chris, my nephew. They have Natural Instinct Combat. They got their first fight, their first promotion coming up August 29th in Green Bay. I'm gonna be promoting it more. They're starting to do their matchmaking now. Kev, man, you invited, man. I'm gonna come up there to Wisconsin, man, and we should go together if you want to, man. Get Dion too, man. We go up there, watch some MMA.
Did you just ask me to go to Green Bay?
Look, man, it ain't like when you was in high school when you was playing football, Kev. It's not the same thing.
Did you not just hear me say I don't want to go nowhere?
And you don't drive past Forest Home either, do you?
I try not to leave Capital. Let's be honest.
For everybody that's watching from out of state, Kevin, he got a Milwaukee mentality.
I am Milwaukee till I die.
Oh my God,
I'm 414 personified. Karen May, she said not all women think that. You know, I'm not putting anything on anything on anybody.
No
because
generalization.
I believe what we like to call the 100% rule, which means nothing is 100% true about no group of people.
No, not at all. No,
right?
I agree.
So I know that there's some women who have an alternative kind of state of mind. Callers, give me a second. Let me catch my chat room up, and then I'm going to come to y'all. Abusing women and don't care about women, getting attention from other men.
Okay.
I don't know who. This is Beauty. She said, I need you to turn your device down, caller. I need you to turn the device down.
Turn down. Hello?
Yep, give me a second. I'm trying to read my chat room. Beauty said, I thought you skipped half of the chat room comment. I never skip my chat room. I rock with my chat room. It might take me a while to get to it, but I always do. Woo, I didn't know it was this many comments. Hold on. Good Lord. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate the support.
Hang in there.
She said some men have bad breath and don't like smelling good. Right? So now women, here's the balance. Now, if he care about his hair and his nails and he want to smell good, now he's metrosexual. He's gay.
Oh, nope. I carry all the time. I got it in my office. I got cologne, everything. It's funny she said that because I actually, my birthday was Friday, and my staff actually said one of the things about me is they said he always smells good. I got Cupid. I'll be keeping it real. Every 2 hours, God. I'm spraying, God.
You are a walking Old Spice commercial. Look at you. Now look at me. Look at your man. Now look at me. Chris Polanco said it's good to have boundaries and standards. However, not throwing stones from a glass house. He said, when I stopped looking for love and worked on myself and love found me. That is a beautiful comment, man. I tell people all the time the best way to find it is to stop looking for it. And it'll find you.
Treat my niece right. That's why he my nephew. I love him.
That's what's up, man. Now then, and I'm assuming this is Miss Akasha on the line, correct?
Yes, it's De Gullina Gwynlist.
De Gullina Gwynlist.
There you go.
Okay. I don't never have an excuse not to say it right again. De Gullina, and I might not remember this next week, so please don't be mad like this motherfucker. I told him last week.
You got a doctorate too. You smarter than me, and I can't say it.
ISIS. I'm gonna stick with ISIS. Let's use ISIS.
Yes.
I literally called it just to correct you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right.
My niece is crazy. Love you, baby.
Shout out to ISIS.
Love you.
Beauty says, she said, I want to travel and go to all the places that are bucket list.
That's fair too, though.
That is. After we get done building, let's enjoy the fruits of our labor. But like you was describing a situation where you really ain't got the money to do it. You're just doing it to do it.
Yeah, that's different. What Beauty talking about is completely different.
She said bucket list. That means, look, I got more time, behind me than I do in front.
That makes sense.
Donald Trump says medical experts don't necessarily have to be in the medical field. Beauty is random. We try to stick with one thing at a time. Generally,
talking about the nurses and shit that the degrees getting. Oh, that's bad, dude.
Degrees. She said, "Yeah, you need someone who owns a business. She's talking about you, and will just
talking about me specifically,
and put as much effort in as you give out."
Yep, that's
Dion
true.
said, "I'm speaking to Dion. Dion, you still on the line, right?"
Yes, sir.
What's on your mind, homie? What it do?
Man, I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna call and get the, because they'll jump on you like, why you let him woo. But that's how I be feeling. But
Wait a minute. Dion, hold on. You just made a very interesting comment because I didn't know you were aware of this. I didn't know you were aware of the fact that I've taken heat for some of the stuff you have said.
You said
you have.
Okay. I didn't know I had told you, but I have.
You did tell him. I heard you tell him too.
But the thing about it is that I have to look at this as a platform and it's being broadcasted. But when I be speaking, it's just like I'm chopping it up with the homeboys. You feel what I'm saying? And we sitting around using the B's and the hoes, the B's and the H's and stuff like that. That don't necessarily mean that when I see a woman, I'm like, hey, bitch, hey, hoe. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the type of language I use. And then I don't even, like you said, I don't even use that language all the time because I don't need to use that language because I don't deal with women that are B's and H's. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes, like you said, you just say it for shock value. But for the most part, dealing with, me, myself, I'm not going to lie. This is what I will say. And I don't want no black women to take this offensive because it's not all black women. And I have to tell my girl this sometimes too. I'm getting to the point sometimes where I can't stand black women. But it's not... because I get so tired of looking at them showing their ass though, and they use the sex as almost like a proudness as a weapon, and then when a man going for that, then you be like these thirsty ass N-words calling us, the niggas. But you when you bending over, showing your ass, you got your tongue licked out, you showing the print of your vagina, you doing everything to try to encapsulate somebody. And then when they're coming at you as a sexual goddess or a sexual fan thing in your inbox, then you're upset about that. But you have to look at how you presented yourself.
But you gotta
look at how you presented yourself.
But Dion, let's make this point apparent. Let's make this really clear. There's two things in terms of this. Number one, it doesn't matter how a woman is dressed. You as a man should still respect her boundaries. It doesn't matter if she may be dressed like she's promiscuous. You really have no right to violate her. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I want to make it clear for everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, period. I don't care if she's naked. Let's talk about this. I don't care if she's come in and she's totally nude. That doesn't give you a right as a man to violate her, verbally, physically, or the otherwise. So let's get that out the way. But let's also be honest in that when most individuals choose to wear a certain thing, especially as consenting adults, they understand that this is sending a message. And a lot of times they're shooting for individuals who are the receivers of that message. So a lot of that energy that she wants from a brother who's going to walk up and say, yo, what's up with that ass and this kind of thing? Most of the time, that's what that means, but not all the time. And I also want to say, in a lot of situations, men are guilty of over-sexualizing women in our own minds, right?
I don't think that's the case.
Well, hold on. Let me hear me out. I'm talking about all covered. You can't see no skin. But she's curvy, right? You obviously you can tell she's a woman who's well built or whatever, you know. And so you have to say something because maybe her pants are tight or maybe her skirt is form-fitting. Damn, baby, you got ass. You're out of pocket. You're over-sexualizing her. Yeah. If she's showing a little cleavage, which she should be allowed to do. I mean, I ain't talking about having all her breasts out, but I'm saying just a little cleavage. That don't give you a right to walk up and stick your finger down in her blouse and say, let me see them titties.
No, hell no, because you would get killed like that. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, though. When I see a woman, you know, it's really, especially at school now, because, you know, I work in EPS. And it's hard for me when I be seeing a security guard, like, mama, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say something. I don't say nothing, but I say something. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like if I see a motherfucker that's real strapped or something, I'll be like, you know. But now I just say that to myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't say it out loud. Now what I have learned is as time went by. So the lady I used to deal with, the one that lived here, she was very attractive. Chocolate, dark skin, strap, everything. Cool. I used to see other women. I used to see men with their women, and I used to be like, damn, he probably lucky to have her. Somebody probably looked at me and said, damn, he probably lucky to have her. But I wasn't lucky to have her because she had a crummy ass attitude. She was insecure. She was always angry. We stayed into it, you know what I'm saying? It was just, so now when I look at a woman, I don't think because she's beautiful, that makes her a nice person. You feel what I'm saying? I just, because to me, pretty women are the hardest ones to get along with but then they hard to get along with because they feel like every man want them, but they also insecure too, though, if that makes sense. Because one of my friend named Stephanie, I'm talking about straps. Yeah, got the G-unit booty, but she don't like men approaching her because she feel like they bring a lot of unwanted attention.
I don't know if that makes sense. A G-unit booty, wasn't
it? I knew exactly what he was talking about. He talking about the Wankster video where she got the red sweatpants on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
His birthday the same day as mine. He might as well be my brother or something.
Birthday November 21st too.
Yeah, that's what I said on the show when you had said it. I was like, "What up, twin?"
Oh yeah. I just turned 48 last Friday too. But yeah, I just turned 48 though. You younger than me though.
But I turned 49.
Yeah, though. Oh, you 49?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know what I'm talking about when I say that Wankster booty. Yeah, boy.
I knew exactly what you was talking
G-unit. Hell yeah, she got that G-unit.
Bro.
But she don't like men approaching her, and she feels like it brings her unwanted attention. So it kind of makes her a little insecure about her body. You know what I'm saying?
Dion, but you just kind of pointed out another misnomer about men is that all men want this gigantic booty or these gigantic breasts or this long, luxurious hair or like you. First of all, let me say the surface beauty, like some of the most, I want to say, and I said some of the most troubled people are people who are aesthetically considered attractive on the outside. Because the outside and the inside don't always match. This person may feel as if, like you said, they might not even feel like they're that beautiful or whatever. Now, sometimes they may feel like they are too beautiful, like they don't. So you become vain, and I'm just the most beautiful woman in the world. So listen, that's where the term "little booties matter" too comes from. Because I've seen a lot of men with some women who are not that attractive. But if you talk to her, if you've been around her, it's not hard for you to tell why he's with her because she's good people. Because she's straight up and down.
I got a buddy with a wife like that. You would hold him down. Average, and then once you start talking to her, you like, oh shit.
She hold him down. She ain't. You know what I mean? Like, and not that I gotta let him mistreat me because I'm not, supermodel. No, I'm not. I ain't letting you, motherfucker. You gonna treat me right. Right? It's there are people who are way sexier than they are pretty. You know what I'm saying? As moving in a certain way or speaking, and you be like, I'm an ugly motherfucker. So the facial, the that's why I never get why women put these big ass eyelashes on. Like I don't understand why women think, girl, you know what to make this outfit look really good. If I put on some big ass eyelashes, I have never had a brother. Listen, I've never had a brother come to me and say, dog, I met this girl today, man. Dark skin, tall, long hair, and big ass eyelashes. She was fine as hell. I've never heard a brother include the eyelashes in this.
Never, dog. Never.
That's just personal thing.
Never. You'll never hear
that. What? Another thing too about women that I noticed, and this is me, because I remember I used to work at Russ Darrow, and you have some pretty ass women come up with cars that cars so nasty in the inside. So just because, like you said, you could look at somebody and you be like, oh, she's beautiful, that doesn't necessarily mean she's cleanly neither. You know what I'm saying? Bathroom be nasty as a motherfucker. Like I remember I went by this one girl house, and I don't know if she forgot, this was years ago, but I don't know if she forgot that she didn't take her pad off her panties and hanging on the door handle in the bathroom. And I was like, she's like, oh my God. She's like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And blah, blah, blah. I figured it out. Because I had to go pee, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? That and other. Now, if you sleeping far, that's something different. But if you sit next to me and you far, we gotta talk about this shit. Cause I hold mine in. I'm not gonna do that shit around you. I respect you. I get up to go outside the room. But if you motherfucker poot around me and you think it's funny, then I can't fuck with you. I'm sorry.
So let me give you these comments before I even address anything you just said, which was all bad, by the way. You said black women don't show their butts, okay, but that's the woman who you are dealing with. I mean, if she wants to, listen. So my thing as a man is I've never wanted a woman who was exhibiting that kind of behavior.
Still ain't allow me to talk.
Because, we can hear you, Sean.
Oh, you can hear me.
There you go.
Man, you so right now. Like the thing won't let me talk.
We like that Trump stimulus check. It's gonna be here. It's not gonna be here. It's gonna be here. It's not.
Right, man. Well, listen. One of my issues is I've never wanted a woman who had that all out front because I can't go anywhere with you because that's going to draw the attention of other men, and I can't say to them, "Don't be looking. What you looking at?" And all this. I don't want to fight or get my ass whooped up in Walmart somewhere because you wanted to have your breasts out.
Walmart.
So I never, it could be the most random place where you decide, say, man, don't be looking at my girl. We in Pick and Save by the produce. He done knocked your ass into the bananas. You don't know who you fucking with. So I've never wanted a woman who wanted to put that out there, but there's some brothers who that's what they enjoy. And so you'll see brothers out and you see like, dog, you let your girl come out the house just like that. And it's like, to each his own though, because at the same time, I can't tell her, take that shit off. My thing is I would like to be with a woman who I didn't have to say, take it off, because out of respect for me, I'm with my man. I ain't finna be out here like, but once again, it's a compatibility thing. Chris Polanco said, my ninja. Sean, now are you okay now? Because you've been struggling. Like this is, I mean,
that was entertainment though.
I believe I'm okay.
I gotta clip that. That was actually pretty good. That was funny as hell.
Go ahead, Sean, because I don't know what's up with this brother tonight. What's happening, man?
Yeah, I went through I just went through a whole lot of stuff with the computer. I don't know, man. It might be my AI is taking over. I don't know.
Your AI needs to be fired. They're doing a horrible job. That's not AI. That's ain't. That's bad AI.
AINT.
That's some budget AI right there. That's some Walmart AI. Like I don't take that shit back. You got that shit on a floppy disk. You cannot run that.
You brought up a floppy disk.
I got a floppy disk. Talking about this AI and shit.
That shit
Hey, you know another thing too?
Hold on. Beauty said, so you want a woman to hold her fart? Because you just said if a woman farts in front of you, that's a deal breaker.
I knew that was coming.
Take your ass to the bathroom.
Yeah, it is.
You have to pardon yourself. Pardon yourself.
Why do you sound like you're talking to a 5-year-old? Wait, you got dogs who shit on the floor and you don't put them out, but a woman can't fart.
Hell no, you can't do that. Hell no.
But the poodle can shit all over the basement floor.
In the middle of the floor. She can shit right now. She woke up. She's snoring. I'm surprised you don't hear her. She can lay on my arm and shit. But you poop next to me, listen, I'm going to excuse myself. I said, baby, because, I got a fucked up stomach anyway. So I'm going to be like, baby, listen, I got gas real bad. Let me excuse myself. I might go in the bedroom. I might go walk outside. I'm going to do that. Now, if you sleep, that's a different story. A motherfucker blew my head off and when she was asleep. I couldn't hold it against her. I didn't like that shit, because I'm laying there watching TV. Next thing you out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about she farted so loud she woke herself up. You know what I'm saying? I looked, and then
this
you know what I'm saying?
On podcast. I swear to God.
I looked and I'm like, girl, you nasty as a motherfucker. She was like, oh, excuse me. Ooh, and I just got upset on the edge of the bed and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But so I think what you talking about, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this is an early relationship thing. This is something that you might feel.
Okay.
Hold on, in 20-something years, I met my wife almost 30 years ago, and in 20-something years of us, in 20-some years of marriage, listen, things happen. I know my ass. Stop it. You said you got a bad stomach. If we riding down the road and you ain't got time, I gotta excuse myself. I'm gonna pull a truck over. You gonna bust ass in that motherfucking truck, and you
know what?
Come on, man.
I'm gonna try to hold it in there.
You can't hold it. You gonna end up shitting on yourself.
Listen, I'm gonna try to put my ass in the seat. Listen, we just did a 16-hour drive. If I was by myself, I would have had me a nice fat ass Gatorade bottle where I could pee while I'm driving. I'm not gonna do that next to her because I feel like that's disrespectful, and I don't want her to see this motherfucker in natural form.
That's why your stomach is bad, because you're holding farts, walking around here full of farts. That's why your stomach bad.
I'm gonna pull over on the side. I don't even pull over on the side of the road. I try to get to the next motherfucking the rest stop. Listen, me and my girl who I was just with was together almost 15 years. She'll tell you, I didn't do that in front of him, and he didn't do that in front of me. It's just respect, man. That's even if my guy did that shit, I ain't fucking with you no more. That ain't funny, my guy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not finna. You come to my house to visit me. You think for another man, I'm gonna get up and run out the room every time? Excuse me, Dion. You can leave. I'm gonna blow. I'm putting this shit in the air. You can
be like D. Let's step out. Be like D. Step out the room for a minute. Be like D. Step out the room for a minute.
You gonna step out anyways. You gonna leave.
You know what? You ain't been to prison before because I hated that shit being in jail. But listen, I hated that shit being in jail when I had a white named Peter Long. I'll never forget. I leave Peter Long in the room by his all day long. That man got a shit as soon as I come up in the room. So that just pushed me away from that shit. And I don't even want my mama to do it. You hear me?
What a white dude sitting in a jail cell got to do with somebody farting? What is that? You talking about trauma-informed care? First of all, once again, I still can't believe you cool with the dog shitting on the floor, but you mad because I farted in my house and you talking about I ain't fucking with you no more. Get the fuck on. Come on. I don't have to do the dog do that? Do the dog say, hey, Dion, look out about your shit on the floor, and you clean up after the dog?
Because if we sitting on my couch, kid, watching TV, I'll be like, yeah. I probably wouldn't even tell you I feel my stomach. I'm going to get up and go in the bathroom, probably cut the water on or something where you can't hear.
No. Me sitting at your house is different because out of respect, I'm not just going to come in your house dropping ass. I'm talking about I'm at home. I'm at my house, and I'm supposed to get up and run out my living room for you? You might as well stay at the crib.
Even if I'm at even if I'm at my own house and you sit next to me, I'm gonna get up and walk out the room and go in the bathroom, probably cut the water some on. That's just something I believe in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though, kid.
If that's what you want to do. It ain't nothing wrong with me doing what I need to do, saying, dog, you might want to move. My stomach hurting like a motherfucker. Go ahead, Sean.
I just want to know how we got here.
Because Dion was giving, we were talking about deal breakers in relationships.
I understand all that, but
and Dion said that he don't like for a woman to fart in front of him because that's a deal breaker. That's the conversation.
We covered a lot of time on that.
Well, you just got here. How the fuck you know what we've covered time on? Ain't that a bitch? He been here 5 minutes. We've been talking about this forever.
We've been talking about flatulence.
Well, if you'd have stayed from the beginning, you'd have heard much more. But I mean, come on, man. Like, you calling shots. Like, stop it. Beauty said he liked dog poop. She said Dion liked dog poop. Apparently so. I guess it smells better than a woman's fart. It says Isis. She said, "Are you real?" I think she means, "Are you for real?" Laughing my ass off. Carrie Walker said,
about Dion.
I know. Carrie said, "You can't stand a pour, but you saw the dirty pad and had a talk with her." I think she meant to say poop. You can't stand the poop, but you saw a dirty pad and had a talk with her because you said you seen a dirty pad. I that's different. A dirty pad.
She was my girl.
No, that's for me. That's worse than a poop. I'm out. I'm not even sitting back down.
Yeah.
I'm out.
She was my girl. I was taking care of some business over there.
Okay. This is Isis. She said you want the girl to have a stomach ache for you. I'm saying no. I kind of get what Dion's saying because it would be very unattractive for a woman to just sit around. Especially if we just start dating. Now, if we sitting there watching TV and my wife is proper and polite, so she might be like, "Oh my God, my stomach hurt. I'm gassy. I don't want to put her business out here." Because she's like, "Damn, you on the show talking about me farting?" I'm just saying, there's a way to do it. Now, if you got a woman who gonna walk in front of you and be like, "Oops, my fault," nah, because it ain't just a fart. You just childish and disrespectful. But I'm not gonna get mad at you if you one day one slip out and you be like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." Hey, it is what it is. It happens. But if that's your game, like, who want a woman who does that anyways, right? Like, yeah. So I hear you, but I'm saying it's not a deal breaker. She said, "How many women have you had, Dion?" She want to know.
Oh shit!
How many?
Yeah, I had a lot of.
He groaned when he said it, like he rubbed on his.
And you know what?
That sounded super sleazy.
I believe in buying pussy too. On the real, I buy some pussy too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. On the real. Because when you buy sex from a woman, it's for your pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get out. When I gotta be with my girl, that shit is tedious. I'll be like, man, I gotta do all this shit. I just want one thing and one thing only. You know what I'm saying?
We talking about prostitution?
If I buy some, what you say?
We talking about prostitution?
Yes, he just said.
He said
you sell a bit, he buy a bit. You heard that, man?
You don't pay for sex, you pay her to leave, right, Dion?
Right. That's what my daddy used to say.
See, the thing about people is they get selling. See, it's a lot of women that frown on selling pussy. You got a nigga at the crib that ain't got no job.
I need some sugar behind
all
this.
day, running up your light bill, playing PlayStation, doing goofy shit. See, a woman, you see a lot of people think that a prostitute is somebody who's walking up down the street. Nah, it might be somebody I've been trying to holler at and she just ain't on it. So one day I might put a proposition like, girl, what you gonna do? My son got ooh. And she went say that again. You heard what I said? What you gonna and then shit. We I might meet her halfway. So and now it's a business deal. You feel what I'm saying? Though?
Can I say something?
Motherfuckers be ashamed.
Can I please say
This is the wildest.
I have to say something, right?
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
Listen, man. I don't care what nobody say, bro. We cover shit nobody else cover.
Well,
and the transition be so smooth. Did you see how we transitioned from passing gas to selling pussy?
Well, Dion did, and they're all his topics. So listen, if you've never heard this, I've heard him say this
relationship shit.
I've heard him say this before, but I think there's some logic to this, and I'm gonna tell you what the logic is. And I'm not gonna say it the way Dion said it, but I think that there's always an exchange when it comes to men and women, because whether you're paying directly or indirectly, you're still paying.
True.
Okay. But I think that a lot of times it's looked at as an investment. Like if I meet a woman that I really like and I want to take her out on a date, it's more of an investment. Whereas if I see a prostitute walking down the street, I'm just trying to get off. That's more of a purchase. That's not an investment.
You're investing then. See,
well, no, you're just purchasing. It's a one-off. There's no. It's not even a solid commodity. It's not even. It's here and gone, and however long you take. It's the differences to approach it, but everybody has a right to feel the way they want. Chris Blanco said, "Hell no, this call is wild as a motherfucker."
This call cool.
Isis said, she said, "You're letting your trauma affect all of your relationships. That's wild." Beauty is laughing so hard. She said her stomach hurting. Right.
This shit is funny. I'm sorry, it really is. This is good. This is internet gold.
Isis said it's all our fault. You went to jail and couldn't deal with the consequences. She said, Dion, stop. Beauty said, what about AIDS and herpes? And look how she spelled herpes. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I told y'all this. Look how she spelled herpes, like Hershey's.
Like Hershey.
That just show you how they don't know nothing about none of that shit. They think you picking a random, I'm not gonna use the or they think you picking a random woman. No, I ain't like that. It could be you. I've been trying to holler at you, you BS, we friends, we stay in touch with one another. A motherfucker might put that, you know what I'm saying, on the table. It's fair exchange, no robbery. See, they sitting up there, they mind so small, they sitting up there thinking that you buying a woman walking on the street. That's not the case all the time. Sometimes it could be a friend, and she just want to keep you in the friend zone. And I'm like, I want that. You feel what I'm saying, though?
I think it's more. I think it's your delivery. I don't. It's not what you're saying. I don't know how
much I can break it down.
Hold on. Here's your delivery. I'll buy some pussy too. That is rough as hardcore. Like that's what he said. That's what he said. That was his exact words.
No, but he not coming straight out and say, "Hey, listen, I like you. I'm gonna buy some pussy." He
just said that's what he does. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Dion, you use that exact phrase? Or do you
said it, Dion?
Baby, let me holler at you. I've been liking that. I've been liking you. Let me, holler at you. Let's go out.
Sean, what you missed? No, don't agree with him, because earlier what you missed.
Don't agree with this.
No, because what you miss is the man said in the chat room, I asked for the cat on the first date. So that means when we sit down to eat, you know what I'm saying? Well, how much would you, how much would you charge me if I'm letting you know. That's what I'm saying.
We got to go through all this, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I frown upon women that don't sell no pussy, though. You know what I'm saying? Sitting at home, wondering why they had pay these bills, knowing Mr. George like her.
Man.
You know, Mr. George, he probably don't even want to insert it. He just probably want to look at the companionship, want you to walk through the house naked or something. I might just want you to come over here and get naked and lay in the bed with me. You know what I'm saying?
Dion, hold on. Because by your logic, I'm gonna go ahead and break it down to you. By your logic, if you're broke, then if Miss Linda across the street say, Dion, come over here and just walk around naked for me. It's like, you know, they say what a pimp say, a pimp will sell everything, including himself.
Yeah.
Everything for sale. So, okay. So that means that because there's a thing called dignity. There's a thing called integrity, right? And some people have that. So just because I'm broke, you know what? I'm down to my last $5. Selling ass it is. I'm gonna go take like you should have like
no, you don't go up there. You call that nigga that been trying to get up with you and put him in the friend zone. You know, you might throw a little, you might see what he's talking about. He might have threw it out there to you a couple times. He might be like,
so you're gonna get $50. You're gonna get $50 and you're gonna feel like a normal person. I'm not talking about a person that's wired for this life. I'm not talking about it because according to you don't really want a random street walker. You want a normally functioning person. You give me $50, I'm gonna let you jump up and down on top of me, and then everything is everything. That person gonna feel like shit afterwards. I don't know if you know this or not, but having sex with somebody should be reserved for somebody that you care about. I think most people forget that. That's how you get to. I don't care about you. Here go $25 limit. You know what I'm saying? Like it trivializes it. And Dion, you are a perfect example of why a lot of women don't like men. just by the shit you say, it's some women listen to this show right now. Like, see,
that's why I hate men right there. That's the reason right there.
Listen, people be ashamed of certain things, but I bet you, if a woman back against the wall, and she know Mr. Johnny, Mr. Lewis Red,
or Dion,
or Dion,
Mr. Charlie Dion.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she know I like it a little bit. She might call me and be like, you know, you still got that couple, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, well, shit, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, come on through here or something. And then, you know, more people might be like, listen, man, you know, it ain't working right now. You know, I give you something for your time to come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
This has evolved into
sugar daddy shit.
This is turning into a conversation about erectile dysfunction. He talking about it ain't working. Take this little money. Oh, Lord.
Hold on, kid. But see, the thing about that, though, you know what I'm saying? You start building a rapport with them, and then after that, you ain't got to pay for it no more. She might just want to, come on over here and woo and do that little woo.
It seldom works like that, and you know it. How it started, how it's going to go. No. So you telling me you going to get a prostitute and you going to do it so good to her that she going to be like, I'm
not
retired.
A prostitute. She's not a prostitute.
No prostitute, though. That's why you keep saying a prostitute.
Listen. If she sells sex for money, she's a prostitute. I didn't say streetwalker. I didn't say streetwalker. I said prostitutes take money for the specific purpose of having sex with a man or doing a sexual favor.
Let me ask you a question then. Hold on, time out. Hold on, Dion. So what do you call the woman that requires you to take her out on dates before she give you some pussy?
Oh.
Because you still spending money. Is she considered a prostitute? No, you have to do this before you get some pussy.
To me, she is.
Okay.
If she come up with a stipulation like, after you take me out to eat and you buy me a dress or you buy me a purse, then you can have some. That is putting a price tag on the punani. That is prostitution.
What if she say, hold on, you got to get to know me first before you do all that. And that requires taking me out on dates, knowing prostitution. Money. Okay.
That's prostitution. Anytime you put a monetary value on it, and what you're insinuating is get to know me and then.
Money, though.
Well, no.
She never mentioned money.
Well, taking me out. Are you gonna take her to the kitchen where you pay what you can afford? That's the restaurant you're gonna take her to. Like, I only got $5. Y'all good? No, you're gonna take her to what's that? The Cheesecake Factory. Man, listen. I understand y'all's logic. I'm saying, and this is to any woman. If you are placing a monetary value on that, you are a prostitute. I know you think you better than the girl standing on the corner. I know you think you better than a streetwalker, but you're not. If you are screwing a man solely so he can give you money, you are a prostitute. If there's no emotional investment, no hopes for a relationship, look, you know I need here, baby, come on over here. I got $50 for you. And she might say, well, I don't stand on the corner and I don't walk the strip. But you, sweetheart, are a prostitute. You just ain't declared yet.
And on this show, I don't know if he made the disclaimer, but everybody owned up to what they say, right?
No. The disclaimer is this.
For what he say. I'm staying out of that one.
The disclaimer is the opinions expressed on Outlaw Radio are solely those of the motherfucker that said it. Know who to be mad at.
There you go. Okay? There you go.
Some people have forgotten that in the past and they've kind of been mad. I've gotten so much, like Dion just alluded to. I got people who said to me, why in the fuck do you let dude call in? They said that to me about Dion. They said that to me about Orlando.
That's wild.
Like I've gotten, because people call and say, yo, Kev, who's that dude you had? That motherfucker was dumb as hell. So, but everybody got a right to talk, right? Like, what are we talking about here? I don't. And if he say something that offends you, you shouldn't be mad at me. But people say this show.
Go top at him in the comments.
Well, I mean, stalk him on Facebook. Like, I don't know. He got about 5. Let me go to the chat room right quick. Isis said, facts, laughing my ass off. Chris Polanco said, preach, Kev. Beauty Waddington said, how many years did you do in prison? It's showing, Dion. I know you're just being honest and open, but I think it's taking a toll on you.
Cuz, what did you do? What you hitting him for? That's my cousin, man. Let me talk to her. I think
she sounds like a therapist or something. Like, I really think this is taking a toll on you, Dion. You may need to get some help. I don't know. Listen, I think once again, the whole point of this is the show is called Man to Man. And I really want to just talk about men. Now the conversation extended itself into relationships, and we talked about the statistic that states in most large urban areas, single women between the ages of 30 and 49 outnumber the single men. So there's way more single women out here than there are single men. I don't know if that's an indicator that most of us are in relationships, or, some people said there might be a lot of contributing factors, such as mass incarceration, or such as, the risk that we take as men in the city every day, that you might not come back home when you leave, right? Like Tupac said, if I die tonight. But I'm just saying, but also I cross-reference this by the fact that I look at social media posts from women who are single, and from their perspective, it's all men's fault. Like, I see so many single women who in a lot of cases, I refer to them as man haters.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they just are down on men. And I don't have a specific statistic for this, y'all, but I think lesbianism is up. I think the amount of women now who think I'm having so much problems, I'm having so many problems with men, I'm going to try and start dating women.
And that's why I'm a lesbian.
Suck that mark.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Now he a lesbian. This dude.
I've always been.
Now, we went through this before, because what you're in essence saying is that you're gay. So when I asked you, did you go to Pride Fest? Don't get mad, because last time you said this, I said, Sean, did you go to Pride Fest? He's like, why you won't ask me that? I said, you're a lesbian. Women. I said, you're a lesbian.
I like women.
How about just being a heterosexual male? That's
okay. Well,
I'm a lesbian.
I thought we were still identifying what we wanted to. I can be a cat tomorrow.
You could be.
Right.
You could be Sean the cat, right? Sean the cat more, right? Like, that's what you want to be. I don't know.
Hey, why don't you ask Dion? Have you considered going on a dating show?
No, I got a gal. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's why he talking all this shit, because she ain't there tonight.
And you know, my girl live in Chicago though. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's why you talking all that shit.
Another thing too, you know, a lot of women be like, you got to go down to Chicago and get somebody. I'm like, girl, you know how much motherfucking women I can have? First of all, this is what I tell people. See, like, I don't fuck with women too much like that because I'm scared. And why I'm scared, right? Man, look at me. I'm a single man. Okay, for one. I got one daughter. My daughter 32 in January. I got one child. I ain't got a lot of baby mama drama, none of that shit. I got 2 jobs. I got 4 vehicles. I own my home, even though I'm paying a mortgage. But I still got my own shit. Don't nobody stay with me. So a lot of women are looking like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? They'll try to leech on to you because I don't date. I don't know what's going on out here with the men. But I hear a lot of women say a lot of men ain't got their shit together. So what? Somewhat, I got my shit together. Now my mind might not be all the way there, but I don't give a fuck what nobody think about me because I'm gonna feel how I want to feel, and I got my own thoughts. You feel what I'm saying?
Who cares if he got a sound mind? He got 4 vehicles, right? It's okay to be retarded if you got 4 cars.
No, you know, matter of fact, I probably have 5 if I go get to the old school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway, though, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of times, a lot of women they look at a lot of men and they be like, man, he ain't got his shit together. And I tell my girl, do you know how many women out here are emotionally starved? Like we just came from South Carolina. We about to get ready to go to South Dakota in April. When I go on these trips, you know who sponsored these trips? And I'm not saying it like that because that's my girl. And now, even when I was with my ex, I make sure we got a rental. I make sure we got the hotel. I pay for the gas there and back. I provide us food. I do all that. A lot of niggas ain't just doing that with women out here. You feel what I'm saying? I like to treat a woman like a woman. I like to buy them gifts. I like to wine and dine them. I like to do that because I enjoy making my woman happy. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of men out here ain't got their shit together. They stand with a woman. I hate a nigga that got to live with a woman.
I always have to say time out for you. Because we went from you, because on one hand, you the roughneck gangster.
I'm still gonna buy
hold on. See, that's what I'm saying. I got my shit, but I buy some pussy. Like I'm a nice guy. I treat women well. I just like to buy pussy. Like I don't. You have so many different personalities that we don't really know. Like you don't. She can't fart in front of you, but the poodle can shit on the floor. Like I'm if I was a woman, I'd be like, girl, he just got me confused. I don't know who the fuck this is. Shih Tzus who shit on the floor. Pardon my misnomer, my mispronunciation of them. I want to go to the chat room. Beauty said men should be able to cook, clean, and wash clothes. I agree with that, and iron. I think that's true as well. She said, "Are you in a relationship or are you single?" He just answered that he has a woman.
It depends.
And he's very respectful of her when he's in her presence. I've witnessed that myself. So Dion will talk shit, and then you see him walking a little ass poodle down the block. I thought he was a gun-toting gangster. The poodle got a sweater on. What the fuck is going on, man? Like,
hold on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You do the same shit. I see all you sensitive thugs with poodles that you dress up for the winter.
I got a poodle. I got a Yorkie.
Okay, so he got a Shih Tzu. You got a Yorkie. Okay. Hey, she said, Isis said cognitive dissonance.
Hey, Kevin.
I'm just listen. My whole point, and I was mainly speaking to what I see, and it's social media, so you gotta take it with a grain of salt, right? Like I understand that, and I know that there are a lot of people who ain't on social media who may be single out here who feel a certain kind of way. I'm just looking to see if there's validity to the fact that right now it is so bad that you got to go on a computer and look for somebody. Like, because society still moves, right? Like, so I feel like if you're out and about and you single, like, it don't have to be the club. It could be the grocery store. It could be the hardware store. It could be.
Women don't like to get approached in grocery stores, according to social media, sir. I just saw it.
Social media is full of shit. I guarantee you, if you are in the grocery store and you're single and she's single and you approach her correctly,
I've done it.
You'll be okay. So I did that, come on. And she get mad, like, how you gonna come talk to me in Metro Market? Then you just keep it moving. My bad, baby. Because you should be happy that you saw me. I'm able to feed myself, right? Like, so that's one trait that should be positive. I just wanted to know from a female perspective, are we really that bad? And what's wrong with us? Like, I know women are gonna say men are liars, men cheat, but women are liars and women cheat.
the men that lied and cheat on them are liars and cheaters. That don't mean
all of them
are right. So
well, now,
talk about
are there a lot of them? Are there a lot of them? Yes, there's a lot of them though. We know that.
According to a Stanford study, 40% of all heterosexual couples, so no lesbian shit, Sean. 40% of heterosexual couples met online. That is the new norm.
Why you attack me though?
Wait, say that again.
Because you was fucking with Kevin when he said you ain't a lesbian. You are not a lesbian, sir.
Bro, I like women.
I know you do, but I know
that don't mean you a lesbian.
That don't mean you a lesbian.
Lesbians like women.
John, if you are a woman and you like
don't
other
lesbians
women,
like women.
Women who are
no.
Are you trying to tell us that you're really a woman? Are you trying? Okay, so then you're not a lesbian.
Hilarious.
The definition of a lesbian is a woman who likes other women.
Listen, if Dion can buy pussy without buying pussy, right? You cannot tell me that I cannot be that.
Not crazy, bro.
That's
so
what the floor, right? And let the poodle shit in the floor, right?
Come on,
leave that off.
The contradictions are wild. But what were you saying, Kevin? What were you asking?
Well, my question is because I believe we have to reveal it to heal it. And for those of us, because one of the issues in our community is the deterioration of the Black family structure.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means brothers and sisters are not getting together on a level that they should to establish familial roots. You know what I'm saying? I'm building something that is positive. We are a lot of times just hooking up to have sex.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, be it because he gave me some money, or you know what I'm saying, or because I was attracted to the way her body looks. I really have no emotional investment. I mean, all of these are things that don't contribute to families being established. And like pop culture is teaching us that this is the way to go. This whole female, and it's no coincidence that this is why hip hop is not charting anymore, because the women are in charge of it now. And if you listen to most of them, what is it about?
Yeah.
Pay me, give me some money, and I will give you some sex. If you got a wife, I don't care. If you got a girl, you got kids, it's not my fault. Money, 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 money. And I'm going to have you strong. So you give me more money, 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 because I have the best this and the best that. If I counted, one day I tried to do this. I was on YouTube and I was listening to female rap because I was trying to note, like, I didn't know the difference between all of the names. Like, I didn't know Doja Cat from Sweetie, but all of them have a point on their song where they say something about them being wet. Got the wettest, got a gusher, got a waterfall, got a squirter.
They got that volcano too. They got that volcano.
All of this. I'm just saying. It's a go-to. You know what it's similar to? That too.
That too.
You're right.
No, I'm trying to help Ian here.
I never liked the term ill nana either. I don't want no
talk about their skills. They talk about their skills in that area too. But it's similar to how gangster rappers in the 90s, all of them to a man had a Glock at some point. You think about every gangster rap song you heard in the 90s, a Glock was mentioned at least once. And so this is just like the female go-to where I'm wet and I have good head. Like it's like right. So it's pew pew. Like I'm just saying, I think the wrong messages are sent. And believe me, there are a lot of women who look up to, because you think Glorilla is just a funny sounding rapper. There are women who look up to her.
Yeah,
like her music is their theme song.
That's embarrassing.
Wake up every morning, put that mess on.
I'm trying to.
Ain't got no nigga, ain't got me.
Drinking by myself and all that. You know, I'm just. Right. But at least she's saying I want a country thug gangster who go sell dope and who's on his way to the penitentiary.
God damn.
Congratulations, my sister. You have arrived. And the white man say, yes, good job. So that's why
good job, Glorilla.
Why it's not charting right now. That's why it's dying. Hip hop is dying. Hip hop is nothing but cliches right now. It's all posturing. It's all peacocking. I don't hear anybody original. I hear so much auto-tune. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's been a period where our music showed a greater lack of true talent. No musicianship,
No,
No more in-depth writing. Hell,
no.
singers ain't even singers no more,
No,
like they used to be.
auto tune.
It's or it's so the studio fixes on. You can do a lot now with the studio, man.
And AI. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, AI too. So
Beanie
don't
Siegel's
blame-
still rapping
Hey, don't blame it on AI.
I will, because I blame the shit you was going through tonight on this AI you got, because your AI
now.
is
Beanie
trash.
Siegel just did a song
My
with
AI was
Jadakiss,
running
and he sound good because his voice messed up. The AI is a beast.
Well, in that case, it's different because he actually is still a writer.
Yeah.
My point is everything is so fast food assembly line, overnight success right now, and our like hip hop has always been a reflection of the culture within our community. So it's entirely that right now. You look at the kids who jumping on the adults. Listen at the kids who rapping. We talk about the young men not having emotional intelligence and being emotionally immature. Most of these young rapper dudes are emo. They so emotional. Some of the saddest shit you've ever heard. Oh, everybody betrayed me. My mama left me. I'm like, nigga, you got $1 million album deal now. Like, are you still like, or it's either some blurring the line of sexuality. You look at somebody like, what's his name?
Young Thug.
Oh, Young. I knew I was too old for rap when I didn't get Young Thug. I said, see, I'm too old for this shit. Same thing with Lil Uzi Vert. Like, I seen this dude literally sucking on a popsicle, talking to some kids on the school bus, and he was acting like a straight female. And people was like, dude, I'm like, never would buy his album. You know what I'm saying? And times change. I get that. But I'm saying the art is a reflection of our reality. So when you listen at these women now who have gotten to the point where they say, I've been dogged out by so many men, and from now on, I don't give a shit. You're going to have to pay me, and you're going to have to pay my bills and take care of me. But you get hurt in the end. As a matter of fact, I wanted to make this point too. I said this years ago. I said, and when Megan Thee Stallion first came out, when her music was new, I said I thought she was kind of clever in her wordplay. I thought there was some of that old school Houston kind of flow in there. Yeah. I said, but my problem was it was too overly sexual. Every time you seen her, she was bent over twerking. And I said, eventually you're going to want to be taken serious. This is going to come back to haunt you. Now you see her saying I lost endorsement deals and I'm going to court suing somebody because he made a deep fake porno of her and put it out. Now, listen at her music now. It's garbage. Because first of all, once you get over 30, right? After the fourth album where you just bent over, it's like, okay, can you rap about something else now? Like, it's like why, and I'm gonna say this, it's like that's why nobody checking for Trina now. Right? You ain't the baddest bitch, you the oldest bitch. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just saying.
So you doing credit card commercial.
Well, she's the queen of Miami. I'm just saying that sex thing.
I'm still sexy as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but what album did you buy of hers?
I never.
Thank you. That's my point.
Reason.
Did you buy the Bratz album?
Why would you ever buy a Brat album?
Hell no.
Please never buy a Brat album.
Whatever, Kev.
Especially now. Like, the Brat looks
I'm talking about when she first came out.
No, Shani cold. Shani was cold when she came out. She
the only female
had one good album.
No, the second album was good.
When she tried to be a woman with Tyrese on the beach.
Who
and she had
listens to the Brat, though?
Nobody, unless you listen to her on the radio with Ricky Smiley. She looked like the janitor at the school now. She dressed like a tow truck driver.
You know that's my cousin too.
Listen, I have to tell the truth, man. I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for your family.
Well, your cousin walk around like a mechanic.
Yes, she do.
I mean, I'm amazed. Hold on, I'm gonna say this too. The gay thing right now is so over. Popular. Not over like finished. I mean over. When you say something got over, we got it over. It's the thing right now. The gay thing is what's up right now.
That and trauma.
Well, I guess I see the people like the gay thing is so encouraged now. And that's why I said I think it's so many women now that are at least looking towards that side to say, let me see, my first two baby daddies lied to me. They treated me wrong. I'm going to try a woman. Once you compromise, you're compromised. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
And so true. I'm going to experiment. And then you find out that some of these lesbians, especially the studs, are more abusive than men. Well, they have to be because you are a woman trying to be something that you're not. I don't care how I got mine in my backpack. I can, yeah, okay. You got a deal. You're walking around with a dildo on. But it's funny you even see that, and you whatever engage you her talking about something. You can't feel nothing. It's a dildo.
I've done notes. I've done notes on those types of relationships. Kevin, I don't know how much experience you have with that, but you are absolutely right. I've done therapy notes on that, putting them in access and reading some of the shit that the partner that's quote unquote supposed to be the male is doing. You are so right. They are emotionally abusive, and because it's another female, they don't care about whooping her ass. You know what I'm saying? That shit is what, dude. That's a crazy.
Now let's say this though, Ian, because I don't want to get beat up by no butch in Walmart. Listen, if you a stud out there, God bless you. Like I don't need no trouble. Like I don't want you.
You gonna get killed in the comments.
Hey, Mr. Negro Whisperer. Yeah, I heard what you said. Like my point is, and I'm not knocking homosexuality.
I got mine in my backpack, but it ain't a dildo. It's a pistol.
I'm just saying that's a lot of confusion. Listen, you look at the brat and her wife. Look at the brat and her wife. So there are two women.
He cheated on her too.
They want to have a baby, but neither one of them can. So, but then they go get a sperm donor who's a white man. Neither one of them are white, and they have a baby via white sperm donor and say this is our kid. It's not y'all kid. It's the brat and the white dude who gave the sperm's kid. It's just so much confusion. Like,
hey, her girlfriend cheated on her allegedly.
Man, I know, man. I've heard all that gossip. She said this is ISIS. She said you got to do it at Home Depot. That's a good spot for men because there'd be a lot of women in there who looking for stuff. Hey, what you fixing something?
See, my niece be putting me up on Home Depot tomorrow.
She'll think what, Dion?
If you meet her at Home Depot, think you gonna fix something for her? No, hell no.
You might. That might be the price you pay. So you say I ain't gonna pay.
Yeah,
I just give you $50
if you want me to, you just said it right.
Oh my God!
You just said the right thing.
Let me at the chat room. She said this is Ice. She said TikTok says single women are looking for men in hardware stores.
Hardware store, here I come.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She said, yes, it does, Sean. LOL, don't let them gaslight you.
Ice is crazy. Don't let them gaslight you, son.
What up from the DR, fellas? Ace is in the DR. What up, man? And you tuning in from the DR, so we appreciate that, Ace. But Ace is part of our family, Outlaw family.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole Outlaw family who supports us. Please share the show.
My name.
Beauty says, so what does it take, seriously, for a man to get a woman attention? I think you have to just go back to the basics, right? Like for me, and I'm guesstimating because this is not something I engage in. But when I was single, I found that the most common thing, the most sensible thing to do was something that's very common, like speaking to them.
Hello.
Right. Like, hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Right. Hello.
I'm sorry, hey, I'm Kevin. What's your name? Like that, you'd be surprised how that shit works.
Hey,
you look real nice today. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. It's cool. You got a man or something? Or you just out here looking good by yourself? Boom. No fireworks, no glitter. It's I just think I'm not swiping left and swiping right on the phone. It's conversation. It rules the nation, right? Words mean something. So I think that what you really got to do is, and if you see a woman and you're looking at her and you say, I want to get with her, I'm really attracted to her, then you need to find out what she likes.
Can I say something though about that?
Go ahead.
He did not say stare, which may turn into some stalking. He said look and then approach, right? Don't look, stare, and follow around the store or the church and those stuff like that, because you going your ass to jail. You going to jail.
Hey, listen. Yeah. Before I said any word to my wife, I literally watched her for a month and a half.
Oh, damn, nigga.
You stalked her.
Okay, and she referred to me as the stalker when I did meet her. But here's the deal. I wasn't.
She was afraid. She was afraid not to marry you.
No, that came later. We didn't get married the first time. No, listen. I wasn't stalking though, and I wasn't doing that, Ian. I was not doing that. You know what I was doing? I was trying to find the right time. I think time and place is very critical. And I knew that at that time, my estimation of her, my analysis was, you can't walk up to her with some yo baby, trying to be slick, you got to come correct. You have to say and approach the right way. So I didn't want to, and I ain't gonna lie, my conversation was really rough back then because I'm straight off Atkinson in Capital, right? So I was all about the yo baby, say baby, what up, baby, what's happening? Da-da-da. I said, but I knew I couldn't do that. So when I had the opportunity to say, once again, simple, hey, my name is Kevin, yada yada yada, and then it worked. So it wasn't. Sometimes you just studying, you just trying to figure things out.
So you were speaking about the right time, correct?
Right, time and place.
So it took you 700 plus hours to figure out the right time.
Well, first of all, it's not like I didn't have other shit going on in my life.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't sit around from early in the morning till late in the evening watching her.
Oh, okay.
At the times when I was,
no,
I get it. That's cool. I'm saying when I was in her presence, when I would be in her presence, which was limited times, I would be chilling like, yo, I gotta get myself right. I want to make sure I'm tight when I come. I want to come correct.
I gotta come correct.
Yeah, it wasn't like, no, I'm just sitting around like, oh, shucks. Just kind of, even though she tells that joke, like I would say hi to you and you'd be like, oh, what's up? Like I was just dumb as fuck, but it wasn't the case. Oh, I'm thinking she was probably accurate. You want me to be dumb so bad.
So what you telling me though? What you telling me is I need to stalk me somebody?
That's not what I took. But you could take that and see how it works for you. What I am telling you is if you see a woman and you have in your mind said, I would really like to get to know her. First thing you need to do, you need to understand her demeanor. So you do need to watch her a little bit.
You do.
You need to see how she carries herself. You need to see her in the presence of other men to see if she's loose. Okay. Yeah. You need to see, let me check how she's dressed. Right. You got to say if this is somebody you're interested in.
Yeah. Right. Unless you're just trying to
boom, boom, right? Then you do what Dion does. Like, I got $40. You want to go in the back?
Buy some bam. Yep, that's it.
Right. No. So I'm not saying stalk, but and sometimes you might. What I should have done is introduce myself early on. I should have introduced myself early, and then just went from there. Like it would have been easier for me to say off top, "Hey, I'm Kevin." Boom, boom, boom. Exactly. And lesson learned. Right. But at that point, I was just like, it's something I got to figure this out because I mean,
technically you did win though. You were successful.
Right. I did. Right. Ultimately, I did.
So you really didn't do anything wrong if you really want to look at it analytically.
It's a funny story. It's a very funny story.
Yeah, you don't be macking on nothing, man. You don't be macking on nothing.
Man,
it's kind of hard to get it. I mean,
you got a girl, so you don't either. You acting like you Goldie. You got a girl.
You live in Arizona though, so I've been out there to Arizona. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's slim pickings out there though. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. There's a lot of Mexicans out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you kind of.
I will tell you straight up. It is a lot of black women in Phoenix. And I say a lot. It's not a little bit. No, it is a lot because they come from so many different places for work and shit. Bro, no BS. I am dead serious about that.
Dion wasn't looking for a relationship. We must remember that.
Yeah, D. I'm not even being. If you were single, I would tell you.
He was booed up when he was in Arizona. I guarantee he was booed up.
Yeah, bro.
I guarantee he was booed up.
It's wild.
He wasn't gonna find nothing anyway then.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all let Dion lead y'all astray if y'all want to. You gonna
if you want to find you a girl, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You got to go down south, man. Them women down there.
Oh yes.
Oh Lord, you be like, how y'all so beautiful? How y'all so beautiful down here? It's like you in Egypt when you go down there. It's like you be like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And the killing part about it, that's why I be telling
Houston.
I'm getting older now. So it's like it ain't the same. But if I was a young nigga, boy, I have a harem living with me. I ain't gonna even lie to you because there ain't no way.
What would you do if one of them farted? Then you gonna put them all out.
Shit. She don't shit next to the dog on the floor.
And she put it, she gotta go. You know what I mean? And she put it. If she pulls, she gotta go. Y'all think I'm playing, but I be scared.
I don't think you playing.
I don't think you're joking at all.
If somebody tell me they crazy, I don't be like, you bullshit. I'll be like, no, you must be crazy then. Carrie Walker says accountability and responsibility are not strong traits these days, and it's easier for a man to walk away from both. But Carrie Walker had said something earlier, and I missed it. It was very poignant. I'm trying to find this comment she made about when we were talking about the whole exchange and what makes one a prostitute versus something else. She said something like akin to that there is really nothing wrong with a fair exchange. I thought that's kind of like how I interpreted it, what she said. Let me see if I can go back and find it. I'll look through if I can find that.
To Mr. Leroy said, hey, I know you need some help with your rent.
Yeah, she said, okay, so here it is. She said there's nothing wrong with a decent offer to purchase.
Hey, now.
So, Proposition Joe, right? Like, hey, favor for a favor, Hey, you need lights, I need sex. Let's exchange, right? Beauty said, Dion, hold on, let me go. My chat room is popping once again. Shout out to everybody in the Outlaw family. She said, whoa.
Let us read too, Cat.
Huh?
Are you trying to catch up? He's way behind, probably.
No, I'm trying to get to where they started. Because people were contributing. I hate to miss anybody's comment. Because I encouraged them to call in.
I did.
Let me see. Oh man, Carrie Walker, man, she said accountability. Okay. She said it's easier for men to walk away from accountability and responsibility. Isis said, isn't that the same thing Trina did though? And I think that Trina did do that. And she don't get called out for it. But after that, what did Trina have to talk about? Trina's 40 plus now. I mean, I'm sure there's some dudes who still like her who would mind hearing her talk nasty, but in this grand scheme of things, she doesn't have. Has Trina ever made a lyrical hip hop song?
Hell no.
Has she ever made a song where you say that's a dope ass hook and a dope ass beat and she flowing? No, whoop whoop, pull over, that ass too fat. What a classic, right? Like, come on, like
you don't know, Nan.
Fat, though.
But okay,
fat, though.
Yeah, Captain Obvious, right?
Pull over, that ass is fat, though.
How many of them songs can she make? Right, like once again,
none anymore.
I think she lives more off of her achievement of being a female rapper who broke through at a time when hip hop was severely male dominated, and there was a lot of misogyny in the music. But what did she do to break through? She became the epitome of what they were talking about. Think about that. You don't know, man, who fucked 7 best friends and did all of your friends and spent all your ends and all this bullshit. It's like, why do we like this song again?
Trina Bina.
Isis said, I think the music industry is another episode. LOL. It could be, especially hip hop. I'm just waiting to get the right guess. We've had some real dope rappers on here, like real rappers, like old school classic rappers, man. Big Mike and all these kinds of people, Tweed Cadillac and Willie D, and I would like to have that conversation of where rap is right now with one of them, somebody who's actually been in the game, because it just looks bad and it sounds even more horrible. Beauty said, how are men supposed to act when taking care of themselves?
Like,
as far as what are we talking about? When taking care of themselves. She said, some men have been sexually abused. So do you know what to expect from how do you know what to expect from a man? I think you got to vet your candidates as best as you can, because there's no 100% method to learn. But once again, I think this where conversation sometimes can unlock some of those details. If you really understand conversation, you can pretty much get anything you want out of somebody, even if they don't tell you directly. Right? When you start to have conversations about your experiences and gauging their attitude towards it. And that's why I think women shouldn't always steer away when a man wants to talk about sex, unless he's really being explicit or disrespectful. I don't think you should always steer clear of it. I think sometimes you need to check his attitude about it. He might be very childish. He might be very aggressive, and you find that out the hard way. Like, damn. So you need to talk to him and see how he feels. Like, see what he says he likes. Because he's somebody like Dion who would be Captain Obvious and be like, yeah, yeah, I like a motherfucker to bend over and give me that ass. He's not gonna be gentle with you. So don't go in there expecting to be treated like a flower. You're gonna get trampled on, probably thrown up against the wall a couple times, and you can't poop. So you better know what you're getting into.
Stomach just fucked up.
Right. Chris said, I that's why I appreciate J. Cole. I like J. Cole, but he doesn't really appeal to the block. Street dudes don't listen to J. Cole. Young hip hop fans do. J. Cole can spit. He can.
Yeah, he can.
But somebody like Face who spit and people in the streets could relate to him. Or somebody like Pac who was street, but everybody could relate to him. You don't find rappers who have that kind of appeal now. And a lot of times it's because you really don't know what their real voice sound like because the motherfucker's always auto-tuned. So you hear him in the interview, you be like, is that what that motherfucker sound like for real? She said, is it okay for a man to call a lady out her name even in private? I think it depends on what the woman's tolerances are.
She might like that in private.
Right. If she don't got a problem with it, why should you? I mean, unless you want to tell her, baby, why do you allow that? Like, you might be able to enlighten her and say, you know what? I watch how you let people talk to you any kind of way you want. That can be a method of a man providing protection for a woman, as to say, you know what you really need to do is stop letting people treat you a certain way. She might be like, you know what? I never thought about that, huh?
Can I answer that next question?
Okay, well, let me see what it is. Oh, when you're on a date, what kind of music do you listen to on the first date? Go ahead.
AMG, bitch better have my money.
Right. Okay.
Okay. I was going to say R&B because I make midnight love playlists, but it's acceptable answer.
Right into the commercial.
Listen, it goes in a couple different directions, because I remember when I first came home from school and I was in my early 20s, there would be some women who I would pick up and it would be the D'Angelo, the Case. It would be that thing. But then I knew some females who'd be like, turn this shit off and put on some Sugar Free. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got no short. You're like, what? Hell yeah, I got that
Sugar
shit.
Free. Yeah. You should have kicked her dead out your motherfucking car. Because I can't tell you one album Sugar Free and put out.
Well, that's your fault, because Sugar Free happens to be one of my favorite rappers, and he is a dope MC.
Who is Sugar? You talking about the pimp nigga?
Talking about Sugar Free from Pomona. From Pomona.
Jump down, jump in the air and stay there. Don't fall down until I tell you to. And when they tell you to, bitch, you shut the fuck up.
That is the worst Sugar Free impression I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. If my life depended on it right now, I couldn't tell you.
I think you might have been locked up when he was out, though. Really, Dion.
Never. I like it. I only got locked up in 2004, man. I only been locked up one time.
My fault.
Yeah. Sugar Free he just was one of my go-tos.
And DJ Quick produced him, so DJ Quick was one of my favorites. So Sugar Free was dope to me. But my point was that I did meet a young lady one time who said she wanted to hear Sugar Free. Get your money while you bullshitting. That was a long time ago. See, but a lot of people love that song by him. That's not one of my favorites by him, but you know, that's what a lot of people love by him. I mean, he's still touring.
Now that I think about it, though, Ian, when you said, because I've been, like I said, I've been to Arizona, and Arizona's beautiful. You can walk out your front door and look at mountains. And if you meet somebody and they into nature, ain't no wrong with let's go for a little hike. Let's go sit in the park. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong.
I'm waiting on the punchline.
Ain't nothing wrong with that though. If she's into nature, she's gonna be into it just like he is. We can go on a bike trail. We can ride. We can meet somewhere public. Like he said, those trails ain't where you're secluded with somebody and you're off in the woods. Everybody out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? But she got to be somebody that enjoys nature just as well as you do. You feel what I'm saying? So,
most sisters don't want to go hiking on the first date. I'm gonna keep it real.
Hey, listen. This Dion is.
Hey, Dion, check your inbox.
Very well rounded.
All right.
Let me go to this.
I was showing what Arizona look like.
She said women aren't any better. Look, we're all the same. That's kind of like a point we can't stop making enough. That's why I think it should be less finger pointing. That's kind of like the whole point of this show, is that we all have issues. Yeah. But what I see on social media a lot of times is a lot of finger pointing. You're alone. You're sad. You're fronting. I don't want to be with a man. Listen. There's nothing fun on a cold ass night about being by your goddamn self. I don't know if you ever got sick or hurt and was by yourself and didn't have nobody there for you.
That's an ugly feeling there, man.
Right. So lonely is lonely. I don't care how independent you are and how your effervescence, femininity, spirit, and all that bullshit. Lonely is lonely. I don't know how a song come on the radio and you listen to it. And you, goddamn, I'm all by myself. Even if you got a lot of shit, right? You ain't got nobody to share it with.
That's
right?
True.
You like to travel, ain't got nobody to take on the trip with you.
Unless you got that $40 for that holler.
Unless you got that $40 holler. You right, Sean. As soon as I get off this plane, I'm gonna get me a girlfriend. Or on the plane, I might meet one. She said, Carrie Walker Jones said they fight more than men do. Women's masculine energy is extremely elevated right now, y'all. And a lot of women say this is out of necessity because of men's shortcomings. That is what I hear. A lot of women say, yeah, you complain because we're more masculine, but we have to because most of y'all soft. And most of y'all is gay. And most of y'all don't take care of y'all business. So I gotta be a man. You don't, not with me. And even if I got shortcomings, I still don't need for you to be a man. I need for you to be a woman. I ain't gonna say, baby, I'm a little tired. I don't feel like cutting the grass today. I'm lacking. Can you do it? You out there with the lawnmower. No, she a little masculine, ain't she? And you're gonna hear about that shit later on. She said, did you say she walking around with a thing in her book bag? Listen, I live in the podverse, bro. I've seen a lot of female, I've seen a lot of lesbians on social media talking about
I have to
what they got in their book bag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you can't please her like I can. Is what I got in my, or some of them are walking. Listen, some of them are walking around with a strap on daily. Like it's a real piece. So this is what happens in our world. I'm telling you, like she said the brat has a wife. Yes, she does.
Married.
And that ain't nothing wrong. I'm not down in that. I'm just saying it's very confusing. Imagine being a child in this situation. Imagine you a kid and you come to my house and you see mama, daddy, son, daughter, and then you go home. Why in the hell I got two mamas? Or worse, two daddies. There's a lot that they are adopting children, raising them. And this kid got to go to school every day and be like, let me ask my dads. Wait a minute. What you mean your dads? I got two daddies. Come on, man. Do
you think gay people should be able to allow to adopt kids?
I don't, you know what? I'm not here to say whether or not, because if two people are gay and they really want to raise a kid, I think they should have the opportunity to do so. I'm not going to lie. I think it's wrong on their part because I think it's very damaging to the child. I think the child becomes very confused. Now, there's some gay person. I mean, there's some kid who was raised by two gay people right now who's going to say, that's not true. I had two. My parents were gay and I turned out fine. I think it's very
confusing as fuck.
Right.
I'm sorry, I was just saying.
How the hell do you pronounce that?
She just said it, and I promised you I would forget. You have to go back into the comments. This is when you were trying to figure out how to get your CB on.
Come on, man, don't do that. Come on,
but just call her Isis. She said just call her Isis. She actually called in and told us how to say it.
Can she call back in?
No, because she already told us.
I'm gonna be thinking about this until Monday, bro.
It's your fault. Go back and listen to the show. It's your fault that your
I'm gonna be thinking about this until Monday, though.
You got a computer with a green screen.
It's my niece, and I can't even say her fucking name.
She has an Apple IIc.
How do you not know how to say your shit? You just claiming people now.
I'm thinking she's calling back to tell you how to say her name.
She gonna say it.
I'm assuming you're calling back to tell this brother how to say your name. Caller. Did we merge? Are we on? I think we are.
Yes.
You call him back. He wants to know how to pronounce it again. How do you say it?
Okay, Sean. It's De Galena Gwen Lace.
Whoa. Day.
That's too far, man.
Galena.
Galena.
No,
Galena.
Len.
No. I'm calling you
You
Isis.
made that up, didn't you?
Stop.
Oneida, you just learned Oneida language. There you go.
Hey, Kim, he was about to say Galena and Gallus.
Isis is on my birth certificate.
Well, that's what we call it. I'm not.
My Oneida
I
name.
just said she said call her ISIS.
Okay,
You like you to call in, and then you still couldn't say it.
No, you know what? I feel like
shit.
I just got tricked. Don't even just put ISIS up there from now on, KB.
How about she put what she wants to? Right. You got Capo wrote under your name.
ISIS Capo.
Right. And we still out here calling you Sean, so.
We're not talking about me though. We're talking about and how did you get a D out of TEK?
She said it's Oneida. You won't understand it because you don't speak Oneida.
Okay.
Correct. I had to go through a whole ceremony to get my name.
Really? Tell me about the ceremony.
I'm Native American.
No, Sean, hold on. Time out. You can't not be on till late and then dictate the show. Thank you for straightening him out on your name. If you wanted to elaborate about the ceremony, you could do so, but I don't want him to think he can let's talk about your name. That ain't what the show is about.
The name
he said that ain't what the show is about.
That's not what the show is about. I don't know, what the fuck?
It's a very interesting name, though.
Well, you made
all right, now we got it. Right. Yes.
Thank you so much.
ISIS.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, ISIS.
We're gonna call her ISIS, man. Good
From
Lord.
now on.
You will burn up a bowl of cereal. You will fuck up a wet dream.
Damn.
Crazy.
It depends on what's in the bowl.
She said, Dion, if you don't know how to fix stuff, just say that, boo. Because you talking you ain't fixing shit. Earl said she had to like you. Of course she did. I mean, listen. I'm a lot of things, but a fool ain't one of them. Right.
For sure.
Once again, man. I'm you know.
He was either gonna marry her or go to jail. It was one of those.
I wasn't going to jail.
Murder.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Once I did open my mouth and speak, it was a done deal. So that stalker call went from, hey, this is stalker at 8:00 at night. You don't get off the phone with me until 10 o'clock the next morning.
Mr. and Mrs. Barnes now.
There we go. Right.
Man, baby.
Right. So I knew what I was doing. Taking my time, really, right? I wasn't gonna run down there. I was gonna walk down there. Beauty said, so is being saved against the odds?
It's probably against the odds. Ain't nobody saving nobody.
Well, she said, you mean religiously being saved, Beauty? Is that what you're talking about?
Hallelujah.
Is that against the odds? You know what? Being saved, religiously, black people at an alarming clip have turned their back on traditional religion in a way that I've never seen it before.
I can't do it, but I don't knock nobody.
Well, see, once again,
some numbers came out on that KB. I don't know exactly, but they kind of high. They're kind of high.
Well, I think people question so much now. So you have people who question the Bible and the legitimacy of it, and they question it. They take the time and they cross-reference it and people say he couldn't have been named Jesus because there wasn't no J back then and all this kind of stuff. But I think they totally missed the point, right? Like, and my dad used to say, one thing people have to understand is the Bible is a book of parables. Mm-hmm. And what do you do from parables? You learn a lesson from them. Mm-hmm. So some people want to take it literally. And also there's a lot of people who don't understand the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. Mm-hmm. People always question what they can't see. Right. And so I think, but a lot of people worship other things and they believe in that. And it's like, well, that's not even something you should worship. But I wouldn't have a problem with a woman unless she was like a Bible crazy fanatic person. Like, because it can be
about spiritually though, bro.
She said I don't believe she was speaking in slang, and that's not saying if you're being saved against, I don't know.
I think she was talking about by a man.
Hold on. This my fault.
Let us know, Beauty. Go ahead.
I was gonna say this is very, very interesting. I went to DetroitPBS.org and a Pew Research study said this. It said a noticeable trend has been growing in the Black community that compared to other ethnic groups, Black millennials, a striking 33% of Black millennials, 28% of Gen Zers are religiously unaffiliated, contrasting sharply with the 5% of the silent generation. So they're saying that what y'all just said, a third of young black people just are spiritual, quote unquote. Damn.
Well, listen, a lot of our young people pretty much are non-traditional in every way. Like, if we look at with sexuality, that line and your gender, like that's blurred.
They don't eat hot dogs.
Well, right, like young men talking about I don't eat no glizzy. Right, but you got on some tight ass pants.
Exactly. Showing off your hot dog.
Almost said some stuff, man, but
I'm just saying, like you with a bunch of dudes in the car with some tight pants and your drawers showing, but you won't eat a hot dog. Like I'm confused. I'm confused. My son is looking at me like he want to smack me in my face right now, y'all.
It's that son.
Kerry Walker Jones said most single men in church have too many. What is that? Too many exes. Ex-drug addict, ex-murderer, ex-pimp, ex-player, or a husband, or somebody's ex-wife, gay. Damn.
Oh
my God. But the church is where you go to redeem yourself, though, right?
Kerry put it out there.
Well, no, but who's in church? People are looking for redemption in church. Right. And look how much stuff you got on you.
Come on, man. Bro,
I'm just saying.
You know, I think you be taking personal shots.
No, that's not personal. Sean, you changed your life, right?
Yes,
right?
Yes,
you have at one point you said I need to seek redemption, correct?
Yeah.
So you went to church. So if somebody say, where else you gonna go? You go to the source. I need to go talk to God. Who can give you redemption besides God?
Besides God.
So yeah, the church has a lot of people who have sordid paths in it. Not all of them, but there are people who say, man, at one point in my life, I hit a low. I was this, and this, and the word has brought me out of that. So and that might be the best person for you.
It's a hospital for hurt people.
For real.
Right. It might that you got soul therapy there. It might be that person who can be honest with you and say, hey, this is what I've been through, as opposed to the person who's hiding it, thinking like they all good. And then you find out later that this motherfucker's sick and twisted. Like Martin say, crazy, deranged, right?
Abusive.
Right. So you might need somebody. See, if you've been through something in life, you need to have a personal relationship with God.
Yeah.
You do. And I believe that. I believe if you've been through some life-threatening situations or you've done some things that you can look back on and say, that was totally, totally horrible of me to do that.
Never did it. Yep.
Well, I shouldn't have, but you can't take it back once it's done. What you need in order to get some real understanding is a relationship with God, because he's the only person that can straighten you out. You're not going to get it from a therapist. You're not going to get it from no drink. You're not going to get it from no drug. This is something that's sitting on your soul. So you're going to need to go to a place where you can engage in conversation that soothes the soul. Most of the time, that is in a church. Because you start to talk about spirituality. So, I mean, everybody don't agree with me, and I know that. I'm just saying, Beauty, I mean, Kerry Walker, I think that might be the best place for you to find a mate is in church. Honestly. Earl said 40 doesn't have who is that bitch? Wait, what? Earl, what in the he said 40 doesn't have who is that bitch? I don't know what you're saying, my brother. She said Dion don't know what he wants. Beauty is concerned for you, Dion. But
he got a woman. He know what he want. He got her. He was just giving you a scenario of how he thought in the past or how things were. I think that's
Dion is super booed up. He's all up in the hills of Tennessee in a cabin with his boo. And then he come on Outlaw Radio and talk shit and make y'all think he crazy. He got poodles and shit. He over there living a good life, and you think he
they're not
out.
Poodles, they are shih tzus, and they will get offended.
Right, they'll be offended, right? Okay.
No, he did not just say
Southern Bells be the settling down type. I love the country gals. Aunt Breezy, he said, "Hi, I'm Antoine, and I tried to." What's up, Antoine?
Man.
How you doing? I think he might. I don't know. He said, and I tried to.
He probably tried
Ruben
to call
Anderson, in. What it do, man? How you doing, Ruben? Welcome to the show. Earl Henning said, KB, I just sent you a picture of the lost one. The Lost One. Okay. Or the last one, I think.
Is that a movie?
Nah, he sent me a picture. I just didn't look at my message. I see where it popped up at. Beauty said, burn up a bowl of cereal. That just means you'll fuck up anything.
It depends on what's in it.
Right. Usually you just got to put milk on cereal. It shouldn't end up burnt. You're a true fuck up if you burn up a bowl of cereal. Why are you trying to cook it? It's not porridge. Carrie said they are running from demons. Redemption comes from within. Well, but how do you can't get on the trail of redemption unless you hear the word. I don't.
For sure.
It's not that intuitive. You might get a feeling that you need something. So my dad told me this when he talked about his walk into becoming a preacher. And my father at one point had really been a type of person, right? He'd been a guy, right? Like one of those guys. And he said for a long time, something started to bother me and I couldn't figure out what it was. I wasn't sick. I wasn't stressed. I wasn't worried, but I knew something was off and I didn't know what it was. He's like, there was a voice trying to communicate with me, but I couldn't hear it. And that's weird. How do you know it's a voice trying to communicate with you? But he said, once I opened my eyes and my ears, it was God telling me I needed to get myself together. So I went down that path and he went, no more alcohol, no more, all of the stuff he had done before. He stopped. He didn't go to rehab or none of that. He stopped. So that was him saying, I knew I had to straighten some things out. It's like when they call when they say I had an epiphany. And I don't know if you've ever had one before. I've had one before. Or you say, who said that? But you listen at what was said and it usually works. You're like, why I ain't thinking that shit before? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that happens. Beauty said, I'm saying spiritually, you can't serve two masters. So she was talking about being saved. Sean said, no, I think she's talking about something else. He thought she was talking about,
I don't know, man. Look at, man. The show just then went, I mean,
hey, man.
It was a kaleidoscope around this motherfucker up top.
Right, yeah, man. You reached into the old man pocket and got some candy and it didn't even have a wrapper on it. You didn't know what flavor you was gonna pull out.
So I don't even know why you reaching in that old man pocket when you know what's going on with that old man.
I said you did.
I didn't. No, I ain't reaching in nobody's
Mr.
pocket.
Mr. Charlie, can I have a jawbreaker?
Mr. Charlie, I'm all right, man. Yeah, I want to talk to Mr. Charlie.
She said, Dion, do you have a relationship with God? She's asking Dion, she's witnessing to him. Dion, do you have a relationship with God? She said. Dion ain't answering.
I'm still here.
Yeah, do you have one? Are you interested in finding a church home?
You know I battle with believing in God.
I know you do. I'm giving you a chance to say it for yourself.
Remember in Friday when they slammed the door and the woman like, how you feel about your Lord and Savior? That's Dion slamming the door.
Oh my gosh. Kerry Walker Jones said your spirituality comes from within when you are ready. Yeah, but you got to go somewhere. You can't just sit at home and it happens. No. You have to move on it.
You better do something.
You know, it's if it's an affirmation, you still got to get out there and make it happen. David King, how you doing, my brother? He said, blessings, gentlemen.
He needs to come back home soon.
We ain't been talking about too much political stuff tonight because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and I didn't really want it to be that heavy. And we talk about that socioeconomic stuff all the time, so it's okay for us to just have a little fun. Earl Henning says, I'm saying if you paying $40, she has no benefits from asking who's the next bitch she sees you with. Okay. He's saying that, well, I don't think she would. I don't think a prostitute's gonna walk up to you and say, who's that bitch? Unless you tricking with another prostitute and that's her rival. And she might be like, why you spending with her? You know what I'm saying? But no, listen. I wanted to make this point too, that I said on the show the other week about Mike Epps being tone deaf in the comments that he made about people being cut off welfare. And I talked about, now then he went on to make some comments about brothers coming home from the penitentiary should not be celebrated and all this kind of stuff. And he got a lot of backlash, y'all. So he apologized.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He walked back. Okay.
Oh, he did.
All the way back.
Oh, he walked down.
Get canceled.
But he gonna get black canceled. He gonna get black canceled. Black canceled is the real cancel. When black people stop fucking with you, it's over. Because you can still tour.
That's his audience, though, too. That's
most of the people who I said that.
Yeah.
The people who you talking to, the people who save up to come to your show.
Chill out, bro.
Are these people? You get a little too high and mighty. You get Bill Cosby.
He
not Kevin Hart. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or nothing to his skill set, but Mike Epps, the majority of his fan base is black. I know that for a fact because my boy owned the ticket company, and it'd be black people buying his tickets. They support him. We support him.
Bro, people go say they say, but I only find him funny in movies.
He done got better at stand-up, bro.
I like his stand-up. I think Mike Epps is a funny dude.
New ones because them that I seen initially, there were funny moments. But I mean, I could have listened
I
to
agree.
in the neighborhood. That's funny.
I like Mike Epps stand-up. I seen him live. Better. I seen him live, and he was funny. I think he's one of the more brilliant comics of this generation, but I think socially, see, everybody's not qualified to speak on socioeconomics, right? They're not qualified to speak
Absolutely not.
on social issues, right? Like some people need to stay in their lane.
Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock.
Again, the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Just because you're a good actor, rapper, singer, dancer, whatever, doesn't mean you can speak to the nuances of our society. You know what I mean? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Somebody else could piss Ian off, I guess, huh? Stephen A. Smith, Jason Whitlock. They better never come on the show.
I don't like that sucker shit, dog. Like the shit he said about Jasmine Crockett made me mad because it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? We had somebody on the show try to undermine her achievements too before, and it's always without merit. You know what I'm saying? It's always without merit. You know, when it comes to her specifically, because she's so accomplished, bro. Like she's so intelligent. She's an attorney. She looks good. All of that stuff, dude. It's kind of wild because the attack is so real. Like if you can't see it, it's something wrong with you, bro. They attack her for no fucking reason. It's annoying.
But this is the thing, though, bro. Listen, right?
Yeah.
We live in a country that gives us that freedom to have our own opinion, right?
True that.
And you ain't gotta like what Stephen A. Smith say, but
for sure.
When you take the stance of, fuck him because he talking about Jasmine and we should cancel Stephen A., we doing the same thing that we don't want nobody to do to us, right?
I agree.
We got these freedoms, man.
You can't cancel nobody for what they say, though. That shit wild.
Like somebody like Stephen A. Well, people got to understand.
Shouldn't be canceling people. That shit. Well, I always thought that was some sucker shit.
People got to understand. You go where your bread is buttered. Stephen A. Smith is paid a lot of money to run his mouth.
Yeah,
that's his
60
job.
million, 20 million
a year, right? He's not only covering athletes now; he's getting paid like one. So
I'm gonna talk shit.
So I'm gonna talk.
Yeah,
he's a killer.
Yeah,
is he lost? I think he's a little bit tone deaf in that regard too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the whole thing with Jasmine Crockett is her mannerisms, and the way she comes off. People want to discredit it to say it's ignorant or that it's ghetto or whatever. When I don't think it is. I think what it is I don't think she code switches a lot. And she doesn't seem like she's not articulate. She speaks very matter of fact, like matter of factly, and she speaks like black women we are familiar with.
She's just
like my mama was matter of factly like that.
Yeah, she's just super
straight to the point. And so I think she's criticized because once again, just like they try to paint negative pictures about us, they do the same thing with sisters, right? So if you got any black politician, any black man will tell you this. If he came off a certain way, he's going to get that label. He's going to get, hey, he's ghetto, he's hood. And then to have a black man who comes out, and Stephen A. Smith was saying some shit about she spends too much time criticizing Trump and not enough time in her district, but it didn't seem like he had any real information on what she's actually doing in her district, because we looked it up on the show and there were several things. That was one of the things Orlando kind of said, and we painted him into a corner like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
So, and you can't take, it's not like she's not educated. The sister's an attorney.
Right.
Like, it's like what they would say, no matter what you say about Kamala, even though she wasn't black, she's a tether. But you can't say she wasn't, she was the chief prosecutor. She was the attorney general. She was the vice president.
You don't get that far by sucking dick like what they was trying to imply.
What they was
That's
saying,
why
right?
I hate it. That's what
Hold on now.
He gonna say it depends on how good she did.
Right.
Because if she got that volcano,
Lord,
she can go high places.
I knew
that.
Hit the button. Yeah, there you go. I knew it.
Hey,
I wanted to move into more of a political. I wanted the last 15 minutes of the show to be more serious, but you go to talking about volcanoes.
Yeah.
So
did you talk about the Campbell Soup shit?
I did not talk about the CEO of Campbell Soup saying that it was shit for poor people and that they use bioengineered meat. But Dion, I didn't talk about it, and that is crazy. But check this out. If you don't know by now that canned soup is one of the worst things for you to eat simply because of the level of sodium in it, that's been known. That's been known. So, and you think about the meat in it, how can you have real meat in a can stored at room temperature for how long ever this is sitting on the shelf? You know it's got to be some strange. So if you buying a can of steak, beef stew out of tin can, you really think it's gonna be like top sirloin in there? It's gonna be some kind of preserved processed meat product, like, right? It's camel hump or something like
camel dick.
Right?
Did he like give me some?
Oh Lord, have mercy. Kerry Walker Jones said,
"No,
black
but people be using. They be using what you call that? The cream of mushroom or cream of celery."
Right,
oh God, I can make so many jokes.
I like progressive.
It's all the same.
I like progressive.
And I don't want to hold on. I don't want to glance over this either. David King said they're feeding the community tomorrow.
Where?
Brother David, if you want to put up the location where you're feeding the people, if you still with us,
sure.
if you want to put up where they're, we can push that too. We can push that. So if somebody needs something to eat, tomorrow on the holiday, they can come get some. She's talking about Mike Epps said his black cards declined. And Kerry said he said Milwaukee was nasty, but no, he's not from Michigan. He's from Indianapolis. Yeah, right. He's from Indianapolis. He's had some choice words for Milwaukee, and I've said, that's not cool. He is a comedian though. But if we show you love in the city, don't make us the butt of your jokes.
All the fucking time.
All the time, and it's more than once.
God, I didn't heard.
I used to want to interview MC8. Because I grew up listening to Compton's Most Wanted. MCA was my guy. Even though Quick
give a hell of an interview too, Kev.
Even though Quick destroyed him with Dollars and Cents and some other songs, but I listened to 8 and he dissed Milwaukee a couple times.
Yeah, so did. He's a
and I had to say, I'm cool. Plus, I see him go on other platforms. Like he didn't even honor my request. But I see him go on some other ones, and I'm like, yo, that's whack. He's not the only one who's done that. But no, it was simply his disrespect for our city where I was like, okay.
I saw one recently. I saw an interview because I'm like you. I follow that shit because I remember the Eagles Club and Leland and them niggas was out there apparently, according to my older cousins. But the thing is, though, he was talking about Milwaukee. He said the mistake that Tupac made, he said niggas from Milwaukee would pay me 38. He's like, keep in mind, we wasn't making money back then. He was like, niggas from Milwaukee and Chicago would pay me to do these shows. And he was giving props to Milwaukee. I seen the interview, Kev. I'll find it for you. It was about 6.
You don't have to find it for me because I seen the interview where he said that in the same show.
Okay.
You're talking about what he said was that it was Chicago. There were Chicago dudes in the audience. Yeah. And that's where he made it. He thought they was just Milwaukee niggas. But it was Chicago dudes. He had a lot of love for Chicago because he spent a lot of time in Chicago, apparently, allegedly, which is how he got in some trouble and came up in an indictment, by the way, later on. That's why some people say, that's why Wack 100 saying he's a snitch. But
MCA.
yeah, but I'm saying,
Yeah, he was indicted with the folks over there in Pocket Town.
So he was, but what he kept iterating and emphasizing in his comment was that Milwaukee dudes, if it had just been Milwaukee dudes, Tupac would have been straight. But since it was Chicago dudes in the audience, that's who really ran him up out the auditorium and chased him into the hotel. But if you listen to Scarface tell the story, which I've also seen, and Face said, I told Tupac, these Milwaukee niggas will shoot your ass quick.
Yeah, I seen that interview.
You better get somewhere and sit down, because Face spent a lot of time in the city back in the days, because doing shows and whatnot. So, and it's petty. People say, Kev, you being petty. Okay, I'm allowed to do that. I just don't do that. Don't do that on my city.
Being petty.
I mean, y'all grew up, man. Y'all grew up in the hood, dog. Like, after we moved off of Capitol, we was off Roosevelt for a minute. Then we moved to Meineke. I was a kid, man. I had to be like maybe 16 years old. It was this one nigga that came from Chicago. He thought he was, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was, how them niggas sometimes come from the city and they talk hard. I swear to you, I went to school on Monday and came back on Tuesday. Police was all over there, and my cousins was sitting outside fucking laughing. I'm like, what is y'all laughing at? They was like, oh, remember such and such? I was like, yeah. They had, not my cousins. We don't know who did the shit. But this nigga was in the back of his fucking Cadillac, and they shot his ass 10 times and they set it on fire. Niggas who I grew up with did not like niggas from Chicago. For the most part, that's kind of my point.
Shout out to Chicago.
A lot of people didn't.
Chicago's a totally different animal. Let's I'm not going. It's no Milwaukee versus Chicago's stupidity. Listen.
Yeah, I never understood that shit.
Chicago dudes came from a bigger set, a bigger city, a faster track, more aggressive. And at one point in Milwaukee, we was smooth up here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we had the highest standard of living for black people in this country. We were still fighting. The city has always been tough and rough. Yeah. So when they came over here, oh, this is sweet. For a minute they ran roughshod through the city.
You had some boxers come out of Milwaukee, like pro boxers.
I'm talking streetwise. I ain't talking. BOS came to Milwaukee and ran over the whole city.
No, they didn't run over the whole city. They didn't run over the whole city.
Sean, listen.
No.
I'm not saying there wasn't pockets of resistance
everywhere.
Hold on. Not saying there wasn't pockets of resistance. I'm saying what BOS did to this city was crazy. Okay. I ain't say everybody got. You got to admit, the way they came to the city, it was like, whoa. That's all you heard every night on the news. Brothers are struggle. Brothers are struggle. Brothers are struggle. And there was a lot of people got killed. Now, did the tide eventually turn?
You ain't lying. You are not lying about that shit.
I mean, listen, I'm just as capital as everybody. I know.
I remember that shit.
But one thing we can say on Capitol Drive is that is a part of the city that fought back and stood against a lot of that.
We'll slide.
A lot of it. But it was it was so many other places where
them niggas went right over there and dominated. Yeah, they did. That shit true. Y'all are so right about that. I remember that. Yep.
But Milwaukee has always been.
I still don't know what BOS is.
Well, Milwaukee has always been a city where anybody can get killed. That's why you don't have long-term bullies in this city. You don't have anybody who's been dominating for 30 years and just whooped everybody's ass and robbed everybody. He or she either straightened up and found Jesus, or they got sent to live with him. I've seen it a million times.
Wasn't no Debo's like that.
No, Debo would have got gunned up. That's what somebody told me about. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Somebody talking to me about Crips and Bloods, talking about Tukey. And I said, dude, if Tukey was from Milwaukee, he would have got shot up.
Popped Tukey.
Oh, yeah, he'd have been dead as a motherfucker. Yeah.
Not because we're so much tougher, but because the city's smaller.
Yeah, well, you ain't, man, anybody with this shit.
You don't get to do it like that up here.
No.
So I'm just saying. My best friend from South Central Los Angeles, I think Zeladon is watching. He's even told me before, he said, dude, when I go back to LA, I tell them, and they kill everybody in Milwaukee. Like
my cousins from down south said the same shit. They wanted to go back home.
It's like they banging in LA, Crips and Bloods. In Milwaukee,
but Milwaukee ain't
everybody
can get it. Anybody can get it.
So be cool.
Listen,
but I remember
out there. I be at
when Sherrod was out here though. Them boys had a nice good stretch on these niggas out here though.
It's been some stretches. It's been some people
Dolo,
who had
Dolo
runs.
them did too. Ghetto them did too. On my mama, Ghetto them had a run.
But it ended.
Yeah, this shit real.
It
man.
ended.
Lil Nate them,
ended.
Lynch Mob them.
Shit,
It
Terry.
Let me. I gotta go walk my dog, man. I gotta take my dog out. I don't know. You know, all of them is younger cats to me. You know what I mean? All of them are people that came. I was born in the '60s, and you know, I looked at them. You know, the Lynch Mob brothers, all of them, as kids. You know what I mean? I don't
mean they ain't gonna put belts to your ass though.
Well, you know, shit, just like anybody else though. When they made one belt, they didn't stop making them belts.
I know.
You know what I mean? Just like you put belt to ass.
This show is going so far from what
My
it's
cousin
going.
used to always say that they didn't stop making guns when they made drawers.
The conversation is totally going off track of where
Anyway,
we're supposed to be at. Because we were talking about Mike Epps and then it kind of extended. But I wanted to make a point of this. Isis is saying that Jasmine Crockett says she speaks like a strong black woman, and they hate to see that. And David King says that they're going to be feeding people at 6111 North Teutonia.
Dope.
He said we're starting at 1 p.m. David, I don't know if you're a member of the People's News Network, but if you have any materials that you have online, submit them, and I can promote that in there. Kerry Walker said Tupac was here a lot hanging out. This is Beauty. She said, how do we make our men going to do better? I think she mean how can we make men do better? I think it's enough blame to go around. I don't think it's just on men. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of times women control the mold, meaning some of the coldest Macs and pimps you've ever met started down that path because of a woman that broke their heart or disappointed them.
Yep.
Including and up to their very own mother. If you've ever read Pimp, The Story of My Life by one Robert Beck, aka Iceberg Slim, one of his biggest issues was with his mom, because his mom took him from a man who had been a father figure and was giving him what he needed, because she followed off some pretty boy pimp who abused her, and she destroyed that man, and he held it against her because as a kid she basically destroyed his opportunity to have a stable life. So he had an issue with his mama. And so a lot of men who are Macs or players or whatever, they got hurt by a woman. A lot of the biggest pimps say a woman is the one who turned them on to the game. I've heard pimps say that. Like, I could tell you this woman, she the one who turned me on. She put me in, she showed me how to do this. So a lot of times what women accept is what men provide or what men do, right? So if women are letting men or popularizing men who are very abusive, very toxic, very counterproductive, that's what men are going to be. You ever seen the movie, and it was a flop? I know it was. I think it was a Spike Lee movie where it was Chirac, and people say it was trash, which it probably was. But the idea was all the women decided to cut the men off physically if they didn't stop with the violence.
What a concept.
Well, if that happened, I think a lot of guns would be put down. I think rape would probably, but I think that women can dictate, a lot of behavior in men.
These niggas will get them some booty, kid. You know that.
Well, I can't testify to anybody substituting. I don't know what they do. I'm just saying women have a lot of power and they have a lot of influence over men. And so when you get this amount of women who are out here and all they really have to offer you is promiscuity and look at my body and I'll do this and I'll do that, some strange for a piece of change. There's a lot of men who develop that attitude. That's why they talk to them like that. That's why they refer to them like that, But I think men, usually respectful, sensible men, when they get around a woman that demands respect, they do it. Yeah, I've seen brothers who was crazy, straight gangsters get around a certain female and be like, no, hey, girl, he he respects her. He gives her because she presents that. I think it ain't really about men getting themselves together. I think women and men need to collectively kind of sit down and figure out
like that with his wife.
What we need to do. She said they in DC shoot National Guardsmen. I wanted to wait for more of this to develop. I usually don't jump on stuff until I get more detail on it. So we will be back this Monday. I didn't come on last Monday.
That's wild.
We will be back
Monday.
Monday.
I noticed that, Ken. What the hell happened, man?
I just is family, just me, just care stuff. I just sometimes I'm like, you know what? Let me do something else. So I didn't do a show Monday. So, but now Monday I will be.
Think you were gonna do one tonight.
I asked the crew. They said they wanted to do it, so I said, okay, let's do it.
I know my gal. She was like, "Is he gonna do one tonight?" I was like, "Well, his daughter in town, because her son and her daughter in town."
Yeah,
I was like, "Well, I don't know."
We were straight for tonight.
Then I came on Facebook and said, "Let me fuck with my nigga, man."
And I don't know, Kerry, if this and we talked about this on Outlaw Radio, that Trump has been playing with fire by placing these National Guardsmen in these hot zones. So now does this justify now using the United States military against United States citizens?
Absolutely, he gonna fucking do that. And that was the fucking plan. We can talk about that next week. Fucking asshole. I hate dude, man.
Well, I hate
it too.
But this this is a country of copycat crimes. So how many more are gonna get killed when you deploy them? This is why it was a bad idea for you to do that anyways. I think if anything, what you should have done is provided support from a logistical standpoint. If you wanted to have the military or you want to have the National Guardsmen in there, I think it should have been a logistical thing to assist police officers.
Yes.
But I don't think they should be policing communities because they're not deputized police.
No, and they're not trained.
They said a lot of people feel like they comparing the National Guards as patrolling to the Nazis and things like that. So a lot of the National Guards, they've been getting death threats in their families.
They targets.
There's some crazy people out there. Then you heard what Trump said not too long ago when the Democrats said if Trump give an unwillful order, then somebody they don't have to obey it. Then he said them people should be killed. And like, man, I just don't see how we got here, man.
The seditious.
Every time I talk about Trump, man, it remind me of them nights being in that truck, and we'll be talking about Project 2025, and you'll be like, Kevin, you'll be like, well, it's safeguards that'll protect us, and I just don't think that it's going to be like this.
There still is. All of the injunctions that I spoke about,
yes.
all of the judges who've blocked orders, I didn't say 100% that it was going to work, but I said that there's a process to this. I said that there will be challenges to it, and there is.
Well,
stuff he's been battled on. He had to back up off of.
This is the thing, and I know we got very little time because I know your son probably looking at you like you crazy, and we got about 2 minutes. Look,
he don't pay the bills.
You so crazy. In addition, as far as everything that Kevin said, Kevin is not wrong, D, but you're not wrong either. The Constitution was not set up for a motherfucker like Trump, and what I mean by that is he can't get any laws passed. He can't get anything solidified. He can't get anything in stone to where they can continuously push their Project 2025 agenda. What they wanted to do before these judges came in and had the injunctions was they were going to manipulate the lower courts. And then when the lower courts either get manipulated or lose or whatever, they go to the Supreme Court, and then he gets an override, and then they can use ICE to stop people from voting. Then they can use the National Guard to deter people and start rounding people up in black communities. But it's not going to happen now because they were trying to do the redistricting in Texas. That didn't work. You had Republicans come out of Indiana and said, we're not doing it, because now they're thinking about their career. And secretly, I don't know if you know this, or Kevin, I don't know if you heard this, I got this from a reliable source about 8 months ago. I was promised not to say it. I talked to a motherfucker in the house in Wisconsin. He straight up told me that the Bush family was going to have something to do with getting back the GOP. And that's exactly what they do. And they just talked about that shit on the news. Dude, this MAGA shit is going to go away. And I swear personally, I'm not going to forget any ignorant, stupid, dumb house nigga, racist motherfucker that ever supported this shit. Because, dude, that's a character thing. That's not politics. Like when you excited about motherfucking kids getting zip tied, and I'm not going to say no names because whatever, but when you have people that know our history, it don't matter if they black or if they Mexican. You cool with seeing motherfuckers get zip tied as children, them going into apartment buildings and stuff, and you cool with it? Man, fuck you. I got 5 people, Kev, I don't even fuck with no more because they want to be Trump supporters. Get your house nigga ass.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
Them, fuck all them motherfuckers, bro. I'll never forget that shit, dog. Never. Fuck them.
Kerry says he's sending 500 more troops in. Then he gets what he wants with the military. Beauty said they're the KKK. Kerry says Orange Daddy is taking his actions right from Hitler's playbook. If you look at Hitler's rise to power, it's everything Orange Daddy is trying to do.
Exactly.
There's a lot, and y'all see me do shows like this. I'm talking about some shit that ain't even got nothing to do with Trump on purpose, because
it's too much.
Well, because we talk about this stuff so much, right? Yeah. And it can get heavy on the mind. It can depressing. It can stress you out, okay? And there's times when we got to go in on it. You know what I'm saying? And I know my audience, they like, Kev, you know, we want to talk about the tough stuff.
It's over though, Kev.
David said he thought this was a kid show. I don't know what gave you that impression.
It's over though. Like all of the stuff he's doing, dude, it's all finna get overturned.
David, I don't know what made you think it was a kid show.
He did not think that. That's why that's so funny. He did not think that.
No, listen. Trump and this is history. We will be able to say in 10, 15 years we lived through some history, some crazy history, right? Yeah. Like, you know, older people say I lived through World War I or World War II or Vietnam. We've lived through a worldwide pandemic. We've seen some things, some calamities, some tragedies. 9/11, the first World Trade Center bombing.
Yes.
All these different mass shootings, but we've also now added watching our very democratic structure be torn apart.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that changes weren't needed. I'm not, because I think changes were needed.
Absolutely.
But Donald Trump's level of insanity, the energy that he creates, the white nationalist perspective of him, the only for the people with money kind of attitude that he has. He is an egomaniac. He is, in fact, a narcissist. He is not the most informed person in the world, but what he is very connected. He's very connected to wealth. And when it comes to money, we are like, he's pulling the curtain back on the 1%.
I love it.
Because at the end of the day, they really have no morals. They are really only concerned about staying within that 1 percentile. And so Trump is really exposing a lot about our country. But I have to look at the American people and point the finger and say, it's your fault because you voted for him.
77 million.
You voted for him.
Fuck them.
You know, and 46, I just seen the other day, 46% of people in this country still support him.
Yes, they do.
They do.
So, I be in all of echo chambers, dog. And when it falls down, they gonna feel so bad. Dude, it's coming to an end. We can talk about that nightmare scenario for that side Monday. I've been researching it. It's over. I'm talking about motherfuckers finna be going to jail, Kev. This shit is illegal.
We'll get back to some serious shit on Monday. It's pre-holiday. I just want to have a little fun.
I like this show, bro.
He said we have to remember every state of the nation by itself, and we have to be focused on Wisconsin to make sure our families in Wisconsin is taken care of. That's very true, but we also need to understand that we don't need an individual in the White House whose interests or whose actions don't serve the best interests of the American people
at all.
When you take a healthy economy and destroy it, when you spend lie after lie, when you attack social policy, when you go after, when we talk about civil rights and equality, you're going after things that were created because there was a need for them to be created.
Exactly.
There would have been nothing created in terms of legislation had there not been demonstrated discrepancies. And I'm saying that to say you wouldn't have race clauses on college entrances unless at one point you could see that minorities were not being admitted and given an equal opportunity to go to school. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You wouldn't listen. It's funny now that white people say, well, we shouldn't have race-based legislation that gives a race an advantage when you are the people who originally had race-based legislation to give yourselves an advantage. So it's hypocritical for you now to come back and say, well, that's not fair. Well, when has it ever been fair? I mean, for anybody except for you. Like, so, I mean, talking about a country that's established on free labor. We're talking about an American economy. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. And I don't care what white intellectual economic genius you bring on. The free labor that was supplied to this country by black people for so long solidified the American economy. And even after you outlawed it officially, your ability to give us jobs that paid less but still contributed to the overall production of our GDP means that it was built further on our backs. So, and then to turn around and say, why should we give you anything when we see you give everybody else everything? You have managed to give Argentina and the Ukraine and Israel hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds of millions. But you will shut the government down because you don't want to give poor people universal health care. And you blame immigrants. You blame immigrants, right? You go after food, SNAP benefits. You go after all these things that are essential to people in this country. But our people are idiots because you knew what he was and who he was. This wasn't his first rodeo.
Hell no.
Still voted for him. Latinos, hold this L.
Man.
Latinos for Trump? Really? You know, I've seen some Latinos who had businesses and who were promoting Trump. They've been deported.
Crushed.
They've been deported.
Crushed.
White women, you loved him, didn't you? He went right after your rights.
DEI.
He went right after your rights, right? So,
stupid motherfucker. Once
again, because I think in their mind, when they heard DEI or civil rights, they thought, well, that's only going to affect black people.
Niggas.
Psych. Right?
Don't affect us at all.
This is what I believe George Clinton called blowing your nose to spite your face.
Yep.
Okay. So I feel like we gotta try to circle the wagons because nobody has ever been for us anyways. You've never had a president that was for us anyways.
Never.
And we've always persevered. Okay. So it's
what
more
did we
important
build
than ever.
though, Kev?
Huh?
What did black people do in America? Even now, look at this shit, bro. Look at the economy, how much money we spend. Look at all the inventions that we freaking created. If you take away the things that we built to America, no disrespect, but a lot of shit will be gone, bro. That's why they invest in heavily in AI so they can have a computer create shit because they don't create any fucking thing. Sorry.
Well, no, there's validity to the argument, and I talked about.
I'm not saying all white people for white people watch. That's not what I mean.
Well, I don't think at this point we don't have to make that designation.
Yeah.
If the shoe fits, buy a matching purse. Like if it's not you, why would you get upset? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm tired of having to say, but not all white people's bad. If you're a white person and that ain't you, keep it moving. Go on about your BI.
Yep.
But if you're one of those who, well, my mother used to define as what they call
you're a racist, we talking about your ass.
And we talking about you.
Yep.
And stand up, right? Don't hide your hand. Don't throw the rock and hide your hand. My whole thing is America kind of deserves this.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So now it's unfortunate that there are people who are going to really be affected that didn't vote for him, that don't support his perspective, that don't support the 1%. But this is the pie you bought. This is one of them nigga pies. Remember the movie Life when he said how much it costs to make them pies, one of them pies, nigga pies. This is the pie you bought. and until you become ready to do something about it, like vote him out, there should not be 46% of this country still supporting Donald Trump.
That's wild. That's wild work. Yeah.
Right. And there damn sure shouldn't be any people of color who support him. There are though.
You're gonna have a decent amount.
There are though, and God bless you. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were talking about Jasmine Crump and we were talking about how she acts and people say she's ghetto and all this, she's hood. I remember Diamond and Silk, and one of them has since passed away. Y'all remember Diamond and Silk?
I do remember them.
These sisters was some soft shoe, shuffling,
yes,
bed wench. Like they were every.
Fetch it ass.
But unlike Jasmine Crockett, I think they was like hairdressers. Not a knock on hairdressers, but
yeah, no, they was.
This is an elected official who's earned a law degree. So there's no comparison. Now what they did was step and fetch it. Yes. What they did was shuffling. It was cooning. And people just allowed, and I know one of them has since passed on. I don't know which one.
Yeah, I think Silk did.
Yeah, one of them passed away. So, and I haven't heard much from her sister, but what did they get out of it? As a matter of fact, all of the soft shoe Negroes who were so adamant about supporting Trump, how many of them got a cabinet position?
No.
I'll wait.
No.
How many of them got a position? So that doesn't tell you anything. That is not the proof ain't in the pudding, as they say.
I told my boy Chris that shit. He got quiet. I said, "Dog, what do you fucking expect, dude? The motherfucker whole aura this fucking time he ran on 2024 was all predicated on racism. Dog, they used the Nazis playbook. Obviously, they're not putting people in fucking ovens, but the propaganda, they control the media, all of these different things, dude. They did it to a T, but it's all short term.
Well, ISIS gets it's the SS.
Yeah.
It's that same kind of mentality. But there's people who say Hitler was a great man.
That man said they're eating the dogs. They're eating the dogs. And you know, you would think that people would be more educated than that, man. Like, who in the fuck is running around here kidnapping people's dogs? It's just insane.
Dion,
it's just people.
More importantly, Dion, he's told us he had no association with an individual when we've all seen photographs of you with this individual.
He said he had Hitler's generals too.
I'm just saying there's enough evidence for us to say he shouldn't be in office. But like you said, Ian, there's so much racism still in America.
Fuck yes.
Right. So just the fact that they thought Kamala was black, but she's not. Because once again, black people only come from America. If was her dad Jamaican or mom Jamaican and dad
he's Jamaican.
And someone her mom was an Indian. That's not black.
And her dad was Jamaican.
He considered himself black in her defense.
Well, he can't. I don't care what he considered himself. He's a tether. If you are not born and raised, if you're not a foundational black American, see that it's all in the name.
That's true.
Black people don't come from England. There's no such thing as a black English person. No, ask him where they came to England from. He's gonna say we're Nigerian, we're Kenyan,
absolutely,
we're South African. Right. Black people come from America. The term black was coined in America. Okay. And I just opened this show by talking about the death of H. Rap Brown, and I talked about the Black Power movement, which was established in Oakland with the original party of the Black Panthers for Self-Defense. And this is what this is all rooted in. This is about self-identification. This is about delineation. This is about us saying, let's hurry up and identify ourselves so the next time they come from us, we can lock shoulders and stand back to back and fight, as opposed to running around being confused, saying, I don't know who's with me and who ain't.
That's why they got killed off, bro. For real. They was on point with a lot of that shit, dog. That was wild.
Let me see. Kerry says he wears that comb over to cover that 666 on his head. David King said, I love you guys. David King, you are welcome to come on the show. I'm nonpartisan. I'm not a Republican nor Democrat. I think both
running for governor.
I think they're both one of the same. I you know what I'm saying? So even though I criticize Trump, doesn't mean I'm pro-Republican. I didn't give Biden a pass or anything that he did that was fugazi.
Fuck him.
And so I feel sorry for people who make their mind up about a situation before they know all the facts. So I can't make a decision. I can't make a decision based on political parties.
No, I mean,
I gotta
I'm a damn fucker. I benefit from their policies.
Well, that's cool.
From their policy.
That's cool. If you want to be, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to be a Democrat, go ahead.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But I know that there's racist Democrats too.
Yeah, we're not saying. See, that's the whole thing about it, though. Like, I ain't gonna say I be trying to explain to people, but I have a conversation with people about. I'm not saying that Democrats not racist. I'm not saying that, but their policies are more beneficial to me and my well-being than what the Republicans' policies are. And the Republicans have no policy. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you can go back to Nixon if you want to, and you can't think of one policy that the Republicans have passed that benefited the United States of America as a whole. As a whole, Republicans have no policy.
I'm not an expert on every policy that has been passed. I'm going to say, along with some that may have benefited us, there's been some that have served as a detriment to us as well. I won't give either party a pass. I'm looking for, I say this all the time, I'm about people over politics. And the bottom line is, some people might even say I'm somewhat of a socialist, because I believe that all of the power and all of the influence and what makes this country move is the people. It's not politics. I think we've allowed this two-party system to kind of run things, but in actuality, the heart of America are the people who probably don't even really vote either way.
My dad was a socialist.
So,
he was outright socialist.
So, I mean, and Milwaukee is a city who at one point had this great reputation for clean government, for a clean city that was ran very well. And guess what? The architects of that were socialist mayors. So I'm just saying, you got to read up on all of this stuff before you decide I'm going to be this. And Dion, I'm not saying that's what you did. You got a very powerful argument if you say, I've researched the policies that they've passed and I agree with it and I think it's good, so I'm going to identify as a Democrat. That's fine.
Yeah, well, you got socialism, communism, Marxism,
what about peopleism? What about people? Like, I'm saying, like, I think we get so concerned. It's like gangs. One of my issues with gang banging was I've totally forgot that the person on the other side is a human being just like myself. And that is making me a savage. And that's what first made me start to reject a lot of the ideologies of that. To say, no. And especially if I don't know you and you've never done anything to me, but I don't like you because you wear your hat a certain way or because you wear a certain color, that's animalistic. I'm a lion and you're a gazelle, right? You didn't do nothing to me. The law say I got to kill you and eat you. I'm just saying I'm about people, and I always will be. And I think we need to listen to the people in this country, hear what their issues are, and move forward trying to govern by helping them find solutions to those problems, like hunger, like poverty, like crime, right?
This two-party system ain't good, bro.
Well, I mean, it's worked to this point. It's worked to this point because of the way they balance it out. The checks and balances of our government is what has helped it maintain. And there's never been anybody with absolute power. You see what I'm saying? Trump is the first president that I can remember that is trying to corner absolute power.
Yeah.
That's why you see this system falling apart. Because what's supposed to happen, Dion, is like what I would say to you every time you talked about Project 2025 is there's supposed to be mechanisms in place to prevent him from being a dictator. And
it is now. It's starting to contrast.
Some of them have, some of them haven't. He slipped through the cracks on some. I think we also need to, once we rid ourselves of, and I won't even say this is all about anti-republicanism. For me, this is anti-Trumpism. It ain't even about the fact that he's a Republican to me. No, if he was a Democrat, I'd feel the same way. I think we have to rid ourselves of him. And once we do that, once we get rid of him, we got to go back to square one, because we need to address our judges. And these Supreme Court judges who have allowed him to run roughshod
should be removed.
They should be removed. And we need to pay more attention to who our actual judges are. Yeah. Every state has a Supreme Court. Our country has a Supreme Court. You know, these courts
should be removed.
Well, these courts dictate most of the real laws in our country.
Yes, they do.
When something is heavily debated, it goes to the Supreme Court.
That's why they're so important. Yeah, it's fucked up.
So we need to regulate them and change the way they're picked, because he has the ability to appoint on that level. You know what I'm saying?
They get ass term limits too.
Yes, absolutely. You know, there's so much that needed to be changed without totally turning this country on its head. But there are some people who say this, y'all. Maybe that is what's needed for America to get its shit together. You had to turn the whole table over.
Trump was the perfect storm, because it is going to force things get put in place to where this can never happen again. I was listening to this independent media thing, and I was listening to Democrats, because the Republicans right now, they're not really talking about it. They're not there yet. But as far as with the independent media, they're saying that they're doing that actively right now. They're trying to put things in place where this can never happen again. He's going to go down as the most disgraced president in history, and he's going to have the most people in history in his cabinet go to prison. They're going to jail, like they just don't see it yet. They going to prison, bro.
I like to say this to my people, and shout out to David King. He said he's running for governor. He's running as an independent. He said he believes in people over party. Once again, I extend the invitation if you want to come on here and talk about your platform and what you like to do.
Oh, he will,
governor. You're welcome to do so, my brother. But I just want people to understand that when you hear all of this, information, you hear all this, what's going on politically, and you think, well, that's why I didn't vote. Because it ain't got nothing to do with me. You're part of the problem.
Yeah, you are.
You're part of the problem. Listen, every vote that you don't cast is a vote for the oppressor.
Whoever you don't like.
You know, I say this all the time. Instead of crying about this political game, we need to play this game. Where are our black special interest groups? Where are our black lobbyists?
You on some other shit now.
Supposedly, this is a time when we have more black millionaires and even some black billionaires than any other point in history. Why don't we have PACs? Why don't we have special? You go to Madison, it's full of lobbyists. It's full of special interest groups.
Yeah.
They fund political campaigns, and that's how their influence gets heard. So it ain't really about what they're going to do what they want to do. They're going to do what you tell them to do if you give them the money to run. And we have enough loose change in our community to do so. Yeah, so it's one of those cases where all this complaining is fruitless. You know, you want to sit on the sidelines and hope something good happens. I hope we win. I hope we win. But you don't want to put in no effort to go in there and make plays so that we can win. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. If you choose not to understand civics, you're part of the problem. If you pay property taxes in a city that charges you to fix and maintain the streets and then charges you to park on those same streets, and you don't say anything about it, you're part of the problem. If you allow our mayor and our county executive to get a tax increase and in the case of the city, generate $200 million of your revenue, turn around and say 90% of that's allocated to pension plans, and then come back to you and say, we're facing another deficit next year. We're going to jack up the property tax levy more and more.
That's wild work, bro.
We're going to intentionally place you upside down in your mortgage by giving you an assessment of your property that is not accurate to justify us charging you more property taxes. Go and try to sell that property. You will get half of what their estimate is.
Yikes.
That is bad business. If we allow this, then we deserve what we get. If we continue to vote for these individuals who do this, we deserve what we get. Our aldermen, they just got a pay raise. So they vetoed the mayor saying, look, okay, 30 million here. They need new fire trucks. 30 million for this. Man, the property tax levy is going up even more. He said at a certain point, we got to start thinking about the burden of the tax-paying citizens in this city. So all your aldermen, go and see, and you can see who voted for what, y'all. I want y'all to know that's public information too.
Shit, yeah.
So when these individuals come to your community talking about they want your vote, you should call them and say, yeah, man, but what about this, that, and the third? And watch them backpedal. Watch them backpedal, okay? And we've done this before. I've had politicians on my show and asked them certain questions, and they backpedal like a motherfucker. Backpedal like a cornerback in the Super Bowl. So the power, once again, is in the hands of the people. But until the people understand that and exercise that power, we're always just going to be pawns to the rich people.
Yep.
We're gonna be used by them. We're gonna be exploited by them. Like you said, your boy at Campbell's Soup, he said this shit we make is for poor people. You don't even got real meat in it. How long has that company been in business?
120 years.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, I mean, come on. We have companies, large corporations. We have large corporations here who done a lot of business in South Africa for years during apartheid. We didn't say nothing about it. We didn't boycott their products.
No.
So what do you get? All right. Just a little diatribe on my behalf. I hope everybody enjoys their Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate the holidays, please get with your family. Hug your people. Tell them you love them. Because you don't ever know when that day is going to be the last day.
That's right.
So it's really not about some holiday that some white man told you or some day that's written on the calendar. It's about the chance to get with your loved ones, which is something in today's society that you don't see happen as commonly as it used to. There used to be a thing with the black families with family reunions, and we got together on holidays, and we got together, period. I remember Sundays. Every Sunday was like a holiday because family got together to eat dinner.
Yeah.
We've gotten away from that. Okay. So if you have an opportunity to get with your family, get with your family, break bread with them, say a prayer, tell them you love them. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hug your people, man. Show the little kids you got family. This is who we are. This is our legacy. Do that. You ain't even got to say Thanksgiving not one time tomorrow. All you got to say is let's eat. Okay. We understand the real history.
Put my sweet potatoes on now, man.
We understood the real history of what happened with the so-called pilgrims who came here. We know that they decimated the indigenous people, right, who were here. We know that there's so much that's happened in this country that was executed by white people. And a lot of it is, for me, they're celebrating, saying, this is where we started this shit at. That's kind of like a slap in your face, right? To say, hey, everybody celebrate when we first came in and start destroying shit. But at the end of the day, it's not really about that. Once again, it's about the opportunity to get with your people and have a day where you chill and relax, get the stress out your mind, kick your feet up, eat, fart, unless you're around Dion, and have a good time.
You gotta go.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for coming on. We will be back Monday, man. Reach out, man. Share the show. Once again, it's all love, man. I like to close the show with what my partner says, with the great Willie D. And he says, if your criticism of the community outweighs your contribution to it, you probably a coon. I'll see y'all Monday, man. Peace and love.
All right, Tim. All right, Ian.
All right, then, dog.